I feel like sitting and listening to this music for more than a couple of minutes has put my brain in the right spot to play Crash Bandicoot, because I feel like this music could drive somebody slightly insane, but only because of the fact that it doesn't have a very strongly defined musical core, because it's a lot of chromatic notes. So it's like I don't know where the beginning and end is anymore. At this point, it's just yes. This marimba player is exceptional. So I do not own a PlayStation. I don't own like old PlayStations. I have a PS3, but I do not have the classics. I tried to find one thing I did try to find was, okay, is there a category for the Sane Trilogy? And I couldn't find one. But I'm gonna look one more time just to be safe. So it says, I'm gonna also say one thing. It says continue, but that was because I started the game up to make sure that everything was good. I do not understand. Because it's not fully accurate to say I don't understand, because this was one of the first games I got for my Switch, and I remember playing it for a while, but I don't remember enough about the Crash Bandicoot 1. I never got to the other two games. I don't know what it was. I think it was just time more than anything. So let's see. Do they have the Sane Trilogy on here? Nope, they don't. Yeah, they don't have the Sane Trilogy just as a thing, so overwrite save. I do not care. I will gladly trade the game. I'm just gonna goof around a little bit because I don't really know. I forget. I haven't played.
But Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
I haven't.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead
No subtitles?
my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time,
And he is.
I shall reign triumphant.
He is very.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
These guys are very animated.
Failure again.
Now I wonder how this looked on the original.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
You just punched that guy in the face. These loading screens. Yeah, I grew up with the GameCube, so I'm very unfamiliar with a lot of the, I like to call them the Royal franchises for the PlayStation 1, for like the original PlayStation and PS2. Okay, do I remember? B to jump, X for inventory. Oh, I see. I see. The only game I played of Crash Bandicoot, unironically, was Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing. So I had no idea what was I had no idea what Crash Bandicoot was. So, at the very least, the game plays good. Pew. I'm not going too fast. I'm just gonna take my time. I can take my time with this level because it feels like it's just... It feels a little bit like muscle memory in a weird way, but I think some of that's more just because it's old school platforming. You know, it's just, yes, you jump. You run, jump, and you have a hit button. That's all you need. I truly need nothing else. I don't know, I guess I just appreciate the simplicity of it all. Like, it's just like, yes, old school platforming. It's just jumping around to being a hooligan. That's all it is. I can appreciate that. You. Yeah, I don't have, okay. And it said 3 to become invincible, so, yes. I'm also slightly faster, it seems. Very good. Look at this boy running. I saw that box. Wait, hang on. Let me go back. Get that. Yes. I saw that box. I guess I'll go left. I don't know. I see. Oh, that counted as me getting hit. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's confusing. Honestly, I feel like this is one of those games where. Okay, so if I recall, so I remember my muscle memory's kicking back in from when I last played, and also from what I know from watching. I did watch a YouTuber play this once, or at least you know, I watched people play this before. Oh god, oh god. Yes. Hey, I'm actually kind of good at video games. I feel like platformers I feel like platformers I'm a little bit better at just because I think with platformers it's more my jam, you know, it's like my nice. Figured you got first today. Well, I was able to get the gem. That will probably not be the case for most levels. I remember some things about this game, but I do not know this game, if that makes sense. To Stormy Ascent. Oh, I could just go there? That seems weird. I'll just go this way. How's it going today? Today's a very quiet, kind of chill day. It's stormy outside. It's raining. It's thunderstorming a little bit. And it's kind of... It's supposed to be cooling down, so that's good. But... Eh. So I hope that is the case. I like the music a lot in these games. I have to remember that I have the spin. I have to remember that the spin is an offensive move. It's very, very hot where I am, IMVU. Well, and it's like, it's still quite warm here. It's just that it's cooling down. That's kind of the main thing is that it is cooling down, which I hope it continues that trend. Spin. But yeah, I am very well versed in platformers. I think most of that's just because I grew up really enjoying platformers more than any other genre, so. Oh god. It's just because in a way it's kinetic. I think for kids it's very easy to be super into platformers when you're young. But it is, I hope it cools down, but it's still, you know, like, I say it cools down, but it getting 280 is cooling down right now, so. I do hope hope you're taking precautions to deal with the heat, though, Crooked. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, so, earlier I was talking about the only game I know of the... Oh. Oh. I'll leave that alone. The only game I remember on the PS1 that had that holographic gem platform was just a weird tiny speck on there that I thought was a visual glitch. I could see that, especially on TVs at the time. I could see that being very easy to mistake. I see what you mean. Because I think, especially on older older TVs, you know, like older resolution. I see. Woo. I could see that being very easy to mistake. Yeah, at the time they designed it to be less obvious. That's also true. Because I think they made it, I don't remember what it looked like. I just remember that it doesn't quite, I just know that older games tended to do that. Not exactly on purpose, just that they did it. Oh. Oh yes, goodbye. Just smaller and less clear. Ah, I see. Yeah, the only Crash Bandicoot game I have extensive time with is Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing. And I don't think that really counts in the same way as, you know, playing, like, the original trilogy or, like, I would say, and what was it? Heck was it called? 40 out of 43. Where's the other 3? Oh, whatever. I'll just go. We'll worry about 100%ing if we have time. It's kind of one of those things where if I have time to 100%, we'll go back and redo levels, but otherwise we don't need to worry too much. I'll just keep moving. But I also don't remember what I need to. I had save files? Let's see, there's one at 28%. That one looks weird. One here at 17. We'll just make a new one. It's fine. Save. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. So that's where I was. That's where I got 28% done with the game the last time I played it, like years ago. That's good to know. That's good to know. At the very least, I was not fully incompetent at this game when I played it, whenever I played it last. Whee! Oh. But I remember that Tag Team Racing had some platforming, but it was much more just, oh yeah, this is the platforming is more just like set dressing to get you to the racing, which isn't really the same. But it was okay. I remember it being pretty fun. I remember Crash Tag Team Racing being a really good racing game and an okay Crash Bandicoot game. That's what I remember. Because as a platformer, it was solidly okay. That's what I remember of it, is just that it was, as a platformer, it was okay. Oh, there's a box. Oh, well, that's a bit of a shame. Cool. Let's see. There we go. I'm remembering how to play the video game. Be gone with this man. Platforming. I feel like platforming game, like games that are just about platforming. I feel nowadays they have to add more to hook people in, and I feel it's a bit I feel like at times it can be to the game's detriment to overdo it on feature creep. If that makes sense. I think this game's a good example where it just, you don't really need to get too smart with it. It's just, oh, all right, yeah. Here's a fun platformer. Of course, this is a remake of an older game, but even still, this level is a true test of skill to 6-year-old me. I can see it. I feel like any level that demands both patience and precision can be really difficult. Just in general, but I feel like, especially when you're younger, I think it can absolutely be, oh god, it can be absolutely crushing at when you're younger, especially. But I remember the games that tested me the most were when I was younger was actually RPGs, because I wasn't really sure how the math was supposed to pan out. You know, it's like I didn't have my grasp on on the numbers of the situation yet. But I appreciate them more now as an adult. Ow. But I think also the fact that this game, particularly the Insane Trilogy, did its best to preserve all of the strangeness of the original, from what I've seen in videos versus the game itself. And when I say the strangest, I mean it tried to keep the game itself close to the original releases, which I don't think is easy, especially for remakes. One thing I am kind of surprised that I think it's just because this one came out before, I believe it came out before the Master Chief Collection. I am kind of surprised that this game doesn't have a version like the Master Chief Collection where you can swap between the old and new graphics. Not a deal breaker, but I do think it would have definitely, I think it would have done a lot to ingratiate some people. Personality is very intact. It seems to be. I think Crash Bandicoot's always been an interesting character because he's a lot more unhinged than any other mascot that's ever come out, if that makes sense. Like every other mascot's had like their moments of being a little bit strange, but Crash Bandicoot is built on the predication of, all right, let's just have like the weirdest character possible. And I think that's fantastic. Like that's necessary. I think that's what makes him so cool. Because he's just a weirdo. Like he's bizarre. But it's fun. Like he's clearly just having a fun time with it. Oh my god. I saw the gem too. I just missed the jump right at the very end. I think it's because his personality is... his personality is very silly, and that's always been the case. Like, it's not a... Oh, he has some serious moments in the games. It's like, oh no, he's always having a good time no matter what's happening. At least that's from what I've seen. Like, he seems to be pretty... Seems to be keeping himself. He's just a silly little guy. Too dumb to really process the situation, but too durable to be stopped. I think that's his greatest, like, his greatest boon is that he doesn't need to process the situation because the story he's put in like, the solution to the problem he's put in is being more durable than the thing trying to stop him. Like, I don't even know if Crash really knows what's going on half the time. Like, he just knows he's having fun. Like, he's like, oh, these guys are trying to hit me. Who cares? I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna spin at him. I think it's also the fact that his main methods of dealing with things are jumping on top of them and spinning at them. You know, it's like, okay, that's pretty good. Wife. There we go. Yes. Also the music, I think the music also does a good job of just keeping it light. Because even in the levels that are insanely hard, the levels are just... Oops. But, even the levels that are kind of tough, it's like, oh yeah, the music's having fun. Like, the whole game is having fun. You know, I think I said at one point that I really prefer it when... I really like it when games are just willing to be a little bit goofy. You know, it's like, because I find that it's a lot easier to have... either to have a serious time, you know, to take everything super seriously, or the true, like, truly great, I think truly great stories, you know, the greater sagas. I think they do a good job of balancing out being serious and having fun with it. I think that's why I didn't really find a lot of the stories that were just being too serious. They're taking themselves too seriously in video games. I didn't really find them to be the most exciting, because it was like, okay, you guys are like, all right, come on, guys, can we laugh a little here? I think this game, it's like, does this game need a complex story? No, you're a silly little guy jumping around in levels. You don't need. I mean, heck, if there wasn't a story at all, like it wasn't, oh, go save your girlfriend, I would still be like, okay, yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Let's go be a silly dude. Let's just go be a silly little guy. Let's do it. Like, cause I think this game is just strong on its own, but the fact that there's also like, oh yeah, here's your reasoning for doing this stuff. It's like, ah, yes, slap the funny scientist, destroy him for trying to be a jerk, and also save your girlfriend. Easy peasy. Like, I don't know, seems... To me, that just seems pretty self-explanatory. There we go. But I found that... It's that exact logic, though. You know, it's like, oh, the story's taking itself too seriously. I feel like that's when you end up with unintentional moments of what's called bathos, or anticlimax, in a story. Where you end up with the game takes itself too seriously, and it ends up looping around to being really stupid. Case in point, that clip you sent at your crooked. It's like I remember the Devil May Cry 2 clip. Should have been the one to fill your dark heart with light. Light. Can't even do that delivery right. But it's like when a game goes too serious, it loops back around to comedy, and that's the same with any storytelling. You know, it's like in a book. In a video, in just in anything. I think also in the weirdest form, when you can sense that sort of thing in song, like when you're listening to a song and you have somebody going a little too hard at it, and it kind of loops back around to being like, oh, this is taking itself really seriously and it's really funny now. Because even music can do that. Hello, sir. I have broken into your house. Oh. Stop that. Why does he have to... Stop that. Sir, I'm not even over there. This guy is very... I feel like this guy must be the most confused human being ever. Because I just broke into his house and started jumping on him. Perish. Yeah, that's about right. Is it bad that this is kind of what I imagine living in Australia feels like? Not in a bad way, just it feels like at any moment the wildlife can jump into your house, knock you out, and then jump off of you out of your house, like out the roof. Like, clearly the wildlife can't be that nuts in terms of Australia. Like, I know Australian wildlife is crazy, but I don't think it's that crazy, but given the hyperbole of the internet, I've kind of always believed that Australia is someplace I should avoid. As beautiful as it looks, I feel like I would die there instantly. I don't think I would survive long. Some things are meant to be avoided. Remember the original when Crash Complete bosses are jumping the freeze for me and shouting yeehaw? Yeehaw! Man, now I'm thinking about the Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Because that's what I'm thinking of now with yeehaw, because I think of that sound effect. Whoa. Hello, sir. You there, turtle. Whoa. Whoa. Very good. Cool. I know that there's a lot of nostalgia with Crash Bandicoot, and I feel like I can definitely understand it. It feels like one of those games where, because the fun was so simple, it's timeless. It doesn't feel like this. It doesn't feel like this, even the original. I don't think the original game would have aged particularly at all. It kind of feels like, oh yeah, the game would have stayed in stasis no matter what you did. The only thing that really would change would be the way we view the game due to the nature of just the nature of like CRT, like monitors going from AV to what we have now. We have HDMI. I don't think it even diminishes the experience. As we've said, silly little guy. I feel like the only way you screw up silly little guy is if you try to take it too seriously. I should build up the extra lives just in case, but I feel like as long as I have enough extra lives, we'll be fine. Hooray! But there's a number of games of a certain age that I just remember missing the ride on. I know that this game and oh bless. I know this game and Spyro, like the Crash Bandicoot games and Spyro are the ones that I missed the most. Like I never got to really play them. Oh god. Very interesting to look at Crash in like marketing material because I don't think any portrayal of his character in that space was fully accurate. America, he was like a man in a costume who talked shit outside Nintendo headquarters and prompted Pizza Hut. And then in Japan, he was really cutesy. I'm really curious what happened to the marketing team that it fractured in this way. I guess they fractured, but I'm curious why it's so different in the different regions. It doesn't add up, does it? I guess the logic could be that characters like Crash Bandicoot tended to be more on the more cutesy mascot side than and we didn't really have any edgy, I say edgy characters in terms of video game mascots yet, but we had them. But I think with video games, it was like we didn't have anything quite like Crash Bandicoot, where it was just this frankly bizarre mix of being. Though interestingly, in Japan, there was a period of time where Crash and Parappa the Rapper were portrayed as pals that hang out with each other regularly. Huh. Wonder if it's because of like just be like the PlayStation mascot era. Because I think PlayStation had a lot of, from what I remember, PlayStation had a lot of marketable, like those marketable characters for a good period of time. There's a bunch of them that were like that. I mean, heck, we have that sort of now even still. Oh god. Ow. I think that's actually why, it's actually kind of why PlayStation All-Stars surprises me. Because I remember seeing that game and thinking, wow, they have a lot more characters than I remember them having. Oh, I missed a 1 box. It's gonna come back to haunt me later, and I know it. Oh god. I'm probably gonna only miss that 1 box, aren't I? But a lot of it came down to the fact they had great character design. A lot of it comes down to color theory. And color theory and design principles. Crash Bandicoot, yeah, 1 box. Oh, agony. But with Crash Bandicoot, I think it's because he follows his shapes. Our music for this level is great. I love the music. I think also the music of the era. I like to call it mascot era of video games, where you had a lot of games with these. What did I just do? I saved, right? Wait. What did I just do? I saved, right? Oof. What did I just do? Oh, wait. Yes. Hang on. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I was like, wait. No, we're fine. We're fine. That could have been catastrophic. That could have been catastrophic. I am so happy it doesn't screw that up. Okay. Y is to save. I see. About to overwrite? Yes, please. Please do that. That could have been awful. Oh my god. I didn't notice until I looked for a moment. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. But I think the mascot era where it was 80s and 90s in video games, I think the 80s and 90s, I'll even extend it to 2000. I say 2001 is when this ended, I think. In my opinion. I don't know if that might be horribly inaccurate, but it's also because this is coming from somebody who was still in diapers when we were coming out of this era. So it is not exactly, I wasn't exactly alive and conscious of what was happening in video games when this happened. It is very strange to me to consider the fact that a lot of video game history I had to learn through the theoretical. You know, I had to learn it from secondhand. So with stuff like this, it's like, okay, with Crash Bandicoot, it's like, okay, yeah, I would be coming into this, inheriting it. Oh wait, I mixed up with this level in the Great Wall. This is the true test. I'm curious. I think this one feels like a test. Bonk. It is also cool how vertical this level is. This level is exceptionally vertical, which is very cool. Oops. No, wait. Ah. Oops. Well, that's fine. I feel like levels like this must have been insanely hard back then. But it's also the thing that I think also would have been wicked hard back then would have also been that a lot of the elements in these games would have been new, right? Like the way in which you move and the way you partake in the environment would have been relatively new concepts. I feel like it's very easy to separate that in your brain, right? Like, oh yeah, like this game, you know, these mechanics are everywhere, but when if I take myself back to the time when this game first came out, you know, take that time frame and then say, okay, well, how would it have been for somebody playing the original game? Yeah, you're doing this with analog sticks. Yeah, see, that's the thing that's making this so, like, it is so nice because analog sticks for movement are insanely, it's an exceptional precision, especially in direction, because you have basically full 360 movement. because the original PS1 had the D-pad, so it's like, okay, how do you maneuver in a 3D environment with basically like 8 directions? Because you only have really 8 directions. You don't have... Oh, I just instantly died. Oops. Because you can't really... You can't do full 3D. It's not designed like that. I mean, heck, even the level design doesn't really account for that sort of thing. Because the level design really only accounts for those like that kind of movement. Silence the monkey. Yeah, because this is... I can only imagine how insane this must have been on the PlayStation 1. I think especially just trying to consider the... Just considering the sheer difficulty of lining up. Because, you know... God forbid you somehow screw up your angle slightly, you know? It's like, oh yeah, the angle in which you... angle at which you jump is slightly off, so it's... and you wouldn't be able to perceive it either because of the monitors at the time. Because you'd only have so much... You don't have so much spatial awareness. But, man... Just thinking to myself, you know, bravo to the people who are able to do this, to play this game at that time in that context, you know? Like, just holy crap. Because that just feels to me like the most insane amount of... It's like you have to fight the game to get it to do what you want. Because nowadays, you don't really have that in the same way anymore, right? Where you have to fight the game in order to get it to do what you want it to do, right? It's not much of that anymore, right? Where you're... And when a game does that, it's... You know, the game is lambasted for its control scheme. But at this point in gaming, people are still figuring out what the heck that even was going to look like. Because for a lot of people, they didn't even... For a lot of devs, they just were like, okay, what is good game design? What is good controller? What is good controller usage? I just remember the anecdote I remember that throws me for a loop every time I read it is that there was I think it was Aliens. I think it was Aliens? It was the video game for Aliens, right? And I just remember that I believe it's for Aliens. I could be wrong about which game it is, but I believe it was Aliens. And I remember that... Ow. I got comboed. Oh my god. That was neat. Ow. But, back at that point in gaming, they said, oh yeah, these controls are awful. And the people were complaining about having to... Oh, well, hold on. But people were complaining that you had to use the left stick to walk and the right stick to aim. To, like, move your camera in first person, because it was a first-person shooter. I'm just trying to imagine what world you live in where using like dual stick shooter isn't the norm. Because when I was growing up, dual stick shooters were the normal. That was what people did. So just taking that into consideration feels so bizarre. But it's the truth. It's how... Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I got so confused by that entire situation. I could have just spun them out, but it's... Oh, well. That's fine. There we go. But... I just tapped it. But that's the sort of gaming conventions that are just so weird to consider now. That, oh yeah, back then, first-person shooters didn't deal with dual stick. And dual stick wasn't normal. In fact, it wasn't even seen as good. It was just like, oh, this is awkward and janky. What is this? But conventions change, and so and not just in the game design, but what we consider to be normal and easy to do. I know one of the ones I like thinking of is also the usage of certain checkpoint types also has changed over time. Because we can see that in some games nowadays where checkpoints, autosaving are the normal. And I actually found how different it is when I designed Red Genie, because Red Genie doesn't have an autosave function. I kind of still stand by the fact that it doesn't... Ow. I still kind of stand by it not having an autosave function. I am going to try and design... The tough thing for me was that I wasn't sure how to organize it in a way that wasn't going to be an annoyance to the player. Oh god. Because the thing I found with the autosave function in that one that I wasn't really sure how to work with at that point was that it would autosave over the last saved file that the player uses. Which, to me, was, oh, that could be really bad if somebody wants to create multiple saves and do multiple endings, right? So if somebody wants to do multiple endings, they'd just be screwed, right? They wouldn't be able to do multiple endings because they wouldn't be able to make they wouldn't be able to control their saves in a way that... Oh god, no, I screwed up. Ah! I saw that I screwed up when I made that... When I made that jump too high. But back in the day, though, when autosaving wasn't a thing, you just had to remember to save all the time. Even nowadays, I think some devs are a bit... They're a bit leery of certain autosave functionality, I think. It's kind of like autosaves should be for emergencies, not for they should just be like autosaving constantly. I think the FromSoft games are a great example of that, where the... Okay, well, I was not prepared for that. Because the FromSoft games use autosaving more as a failsafe to make sure that the game doesn't... You know, if it reaches a fatal crash or something goes horribly wrong, that, like, the game... Like, you know, you accidentally bump your Xbox or something, that it doesn't, you know, just delete your save file on accident. Which is a very different sort of autosave functionality than... I think RPGs, it's a little different, because I feel like with for me at least, RPG save files should be more on the player's impetus to control. But of course, I also think about how other games have done saving, and I try to think about why certain save functionality is considered bad versus, you know, what's good. But it really just depends on intent, right? Because I'm thinking about the intent of Amnesia the Bunker, for example, where you have one manual save that you can make in your one safe room. That's it. And there is no other saves. There is nothing else to save you if something goes horribly wrong. It's just, oh yeah, you know, be careful, good luck, and save when you can. So it's... At this point, it seems almost more like it's artistic license that drives certain game design choices, rather than what is best practice. That is something I have found to be immensely true and helpful, is how often it is that game design is not exactly a... Wow. Game design isn't exactly a perfect science. It's more this odd hybrid of science and art, which I think for some that can be rather difficult, because even for me, I think it's difficult. I think for me too, it's rather difficult, because what it means is that designing a game is this perturbingly hard science mixed with almost mythic artistic vision is the word I would use. I died many times here, and that is fine. Ooh. Okay, so what are these onks? What are these onks? How do I get these? I'm gonna guess it's something. I guess it's that then. Let me really quickly run back. Let me see some. How does this work? That's that. How does this work? So is it a speed thing? How do these onks work? I like this goofy boy. The onks are time attack. I see. Let's go then. Oh, well, that's awkward. Probably would help if I stopped being a goober. Eh. Oh god. I'm not doing great right now. All right, I don't know what the time is for time attack, so hopefully I did it fast enough. I don't think I did, but we'll find out. Just gonna run. There we go. 41 seconds. Was that good enough for the time? Restart trial. No. Did I do good? I feel like I had to do that a lot faster if I was gonna get that. All right, yeah, I did. Okay, so display target time. Yeah. I'm guessing the target time is a lot faster. So those things are like, ah, yes, I am speed. I'll try it one more time. I'll take one more crack at it. Go. I feel like now that I've seen what I need to do, I can move a little quicker. Oh god. Yeah, so the key is maintaining my forward momentum. I see. Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I imagine the time must be something like 35 seconds or something, or 30. I just saw there was a yellow box there that I probably should have grabbed. Oh god. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be either 35 seconds or 30. It's probably 30. I just realized it's probably 30. No. Okay, let me see the target time. What is the target? Alright, I won't hit my head against this too long because I want to kind of go through the game first, but what is the target time? What is target time? Oh, whoops. 34 seconds flat. How far was I off? Ah. 3/4 of a second, you say? Well, that sounds to me like I just need to do better. I feel like with that one, it's like, okay, come on. Now that one feels like I could do it. We'll try one more time. I will try it one more time. I will try. I imagine speedrunners either love these or hate these. Oh god. Especially, I would think that the 100% speedrunners probably are like, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that's much better. You. Okay, just gotta keep running. Yes. Keep moving. That's a lot better. Okay, just need to make it there in a couple seconds. Yes. Okay, good. Good enough. Good enough provisionally for the Ankh. I'll take it. I don't know why I need this, but I need it. I'll take it. I don't know why I need this, but I did. I feel like this is one of those things where also the lack of explanation feels a lot funnier because, all right, why is this Bandicoot, an animal notably native to Australia, need Egyptian Ankhs as collectibles? But also, time attack was not featured the original, but grandfathered in from the sequels. Ah, I see, I see. That makes sense. I think it also makes sense to grandfather them in because it feels like the kind of thing that would also make sense in the originals. That it's that sort of feature that feels, oh yeah, this fits right in. It doesn't really harm the experience in any way because it feels like it makes sense for it to be there. That makes sense. Yeah, I said earlier that like PlayStation mascots I just have so little time with. The other one I have seen a Spyro game. Specifically, I had only played Year of the Dragonfly, and I never got out of the tutorial area. So I have heard from sources that Year of the Dragonfly is not, it's not the best of the series. Which I will be the judge of that at some point, but... I don't know, I feel like at some point I want to go back. There's certain games I want to go back and beat that I own that I never got around to beating. We kind of did one earlier when we did Night of 100 Frights from the Scooby-Doo. That's another example of a great, just a fun platformer. That was a good platformer. That was just fun. And Tim Curry hamming it up was also a fantastic aspect of the experience. I did not realize it was actually Tim Curry until I believe it was Hecko who pointed out. I do not know my voice. Like voice acting is still. I'm still getting better at spotting it. I think certain actors I've become very familiar with because they're in a lot of the games I play. Case in point, Yuri Lowenthal being in a whopping, I think like 4 different games we've streamed almost in a row. Almost sequentially, Yuri Lowenthal has shown up in every single one. But voice acting is only one component of the art design that I'm still trying to learn how to spot. Silence Monkey. Whew. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Ooh. That scares me. Ah! I did not realize that was gonna happen. But the... Okay, I can hit them. I did not realize I could hit them. That's good. How does it go back? What's up with that? How does it go backwards? Something back here now? No, there isn't. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh god, wait a minute. Oh, I see. It puts a box down. Oh. I did not realize that could happen. That's actually kind of cool. Okay. Now I see the challenge. I want to go get that now. 4 Horsemen of video game voice acting. Matt, Robbie, Yuri, and I didn't actually think of it before. I feel like, in a weird way, Crooked, I feel like that actually does describe it pretty well for us, though. Where the fourth horseman has yet to be found. I feel like Robbie Damon has Robbie Damon has infiltrated a surprising number of games on this channel. I think Yuri Lowenthal's been a recent trend, but Matt Mercer and Robbie Damon have really... I think those two have been, like, a very frequent visitors in that sense. But I'm trying to think of... There's probably, in all of the games I've played, there probably is another common thread that I haven't been able to pinpoint. It would probably take an outside source to find the fourth. That one voice actor who's just in every... You know what it probably is? It's probably somebody who's done a bajillion, Guardsman B characters, right? Somebody who does all of the Guardsman actors. Somebody like that. Where they do all the extra voices that you don't really get to put... You don't get to put enough respect on their name for playing guard number B. And I say number B unironically, as in... They had so many guard voices that they got up to B. That's how you know that that this person was doing the, like, they were playing the background characters. I think the background characters are just as necessary to flesh out the world when you have certain games and their worlds. Tara Strong. B is my favorite number. If you work in hexadecimal, it is my favorite number. Also, Crooked, how's it going? Tara Strong. Has Tara Strong been in a lot of games we've been playing? Has she? I'm trying to think of the last couple games I've streamed, like the different games I've streamed. How many games have I played with Tara Strong? In my head, I was like, oh yeah, I probably streamed the Batman. She's been in so many things. That's true. That is very true. She probably has been in a couple things I've played, and I would not have even noticed. I know Jim Cummings is in a lot of things. He voices Winnie the Pooh and a couple other characters. He plays a lot of characters, though, to be fair. Jim Cummings is in a lot of stuff. I think it's interesting when I try to consider the common names that are across different things. She's Riku in FFX. I know that's pretty old at this point. I still need to. I have Final Fantasy X. I got it for the PS3. He voiced Robotnik in Sad AM. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. That's actually really neat. I did not have Sad AM Sonic. I did not have Sad AM Sonic where I live, sadly. Makes me sad. I need to check out is the most menacing Robotnik portrayal of the era. I have seen his portrayal there. He's pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. I need to get around to playing Final Fantasy X. We have it. It is available. I need to play it at some point. I need to get around to it. I feel like that's one. I've been kicking around the idea of it wouldn't be every Saturday, but doing Saturday during the day streams, specifically, like basically explicitly, with the intent of trying to finish games. 10 was my first Final Fantasy, so that's a soft spot for me. Honestly, fair. And you got second. Bat. I feel like with Final Fantasy. Let me pause the game really quick so I can stretch and hydrate, because I really should be hydrating and stretching today. It has been rather warm, so. Oh god. Probably good that I take some time and stretch. Oh boy. But I think if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, I feel like your first one is the one you have a soft spot for. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I think the first Final Fantasy is always the one that you end up with a soft spot for. Even if the whole world falls against you in that respect. I think it's true though that you'll still defend it, right? I think it's true for your first video game in general sometimes too, where it's like, oh yeah, this is my first, you know, it's like, oh, it's my first RPG, or oh, it's my first, you know, it's like my first action adventure game. Okay, I'm getting very lucky with him jumping into the things I'm setting down. I did not get lucky that time. Oh god. Ah! But I think with Final Fantasy, it's especially true that your first one will be your favorite. It's very rare that it ever swaps, you know? Let's hope this works. Oh god, shouldn't have done this. Bah! Poor guy can't swim, he's too heavy. Oops. Peru is kind of making my brain hurt a little bit. I just stood there. I just didn't even realize that I needed to move. But I know for me, the Final Fantasy that takes that spot is 13. Which I know that I think 13's one. This is one I can actually point at it and I can laugh at it a little bit. Even though it's one of my favorites, I can point at it. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned how games take themselves too seriously and they end up kind of inadvertently being funny in certain ways. I feel like Final Fantasy 13 does that a lot, which I don't find to be a particularly bad thing. Oh, good lordy. This man is straight jumping everywhere. This man do be jumping everywhere. Where is he going next? Okay, so he's doing diamond formation. I see. I understand. Diamond formation. Oh god. I couldn't wait here then. Right? Yes. This is good. Ah! Oh, I did not realize he was going to hit me there. Okay, that sucks. Oh, thank you for the mask. Thank you for the mask, game. I started a new playthrough of Tales of the Abyss. I'm a little past where you are. I also have 2 times XP and glad due to New Game Plus. Oh, I see. So does New Game Plus give you double XP then? It's kind of cool. I know that there's a game, one of the games I need to get around to replaying at some point. I do need to get around to replaying Stellar Glow, if strictly because one of the features you get for replaying Stellar Glow is you get the ability to, I think it's like 4 times the downtime to be able to talk to characters, if I remember correctly. It's like 4 times the amount of free time, which lets you build up your Gald hacking autocorrect. Oh, I see the Gald. Oh god, wait! He was about to die. Aw. I mean, I would also be glad about the extra Gald. I would also be glad about the extra Gald. that works as a good pun, though. Just gonna keep jumping. Go. Go. I think I got him cooked. I don't. I thought I did, but I didn't. Hit the button. Push the button. Ooh. Oh, I overshot it. Oh, nuts. Nuts and bolts. Blech. Game, stop giving me these masks. I don't need them. I don't need them. I'm just bad. Don't pity me. I'm okay without the pity. Granted, I appreciate the pity, but I don't need it. Pity masks. For my efforts, I've been thrown a mask in these trying times. I've been given a piece of cardboard with which I may cover my shame in these trying times. Truly. A truly magnanimous gift. There we go. Maybe that'll work. It did. Alright, see you later, Ripper. Oh, new game plus for the Tales games gives you a shop where you can buy things for the next playthrough with your grade. It could be XP bonuses or halved HP or bonus HP. The true challenge. We're gonna have halved HP, but double money. Call it blood for gold. Blood money, as they say. That'd be kind of fun, actually. I think about it. Be an interesting challenge. I feel like the other way around would be just more painful than anything, where you have bonus HP but no money. No experience either. You can also carry over titles, cooking skills, recipes, arts. Oh, now that's the real treasure right there. Yes. I am skilled at platforming. Most amazingly. Don't mind that. Ew. Silence bad. What did I win? Oh, girlfriend. I like that. I think a good new game plus can really do some interesting stuff for a game. I always feel a little bad that I couldn't really find a good way to get. There's some features I kind of was like, oh, this would be kind of neat, but for Red Genie, but I feel like with New Game Plus, it never really made sense to me to do it, but I think it's just because the game's story and the way the game functioned. Oh yeah, there's this. Oh yeah, there's the. I feel like this is one thing the original game didn't have to deal with, that this game has to deal with due to the fact that it uses shadows and lighting. If you guys will pay your attention to the center of the screen. Oh my god. I don't know what it is precisely, but it's like, I know what they're doing. But I just feel a little bad. I feel more bad for the fact that it's like, oh, this is definitely, it's not the devs' fault at all. It's just, okay, but if it follows exactly how it worked in the original game, this is how it does it. Oh god. It just looks very, it looks a little strange. That said, I too sometimes summon my bats the wrong way. Oh, I guess they heard me talking smack. the bats heard me talking smack, and thus they destroyed me and my platforming. A good new game plus though is a lot of fun. I think some RPGs just don't really work with the concept of new game plus. But I think that's much more almost like a preference thing, right? Almost more of a, oh yeah, it's like, it could work. Some games it could really work with it, and others it's like, oh, kind of like it almost feels unnecessary. Oh god. There we go. I think for Tales of the Abyss though, games like Tales of the Abyss and Stellar Glow, I feel the fact that there are so many things that you could miss, making it easier to go back and get those things that you did miss is a good boon. So I think it works very well for those games. I think Skies of Arcadia does it. I don't think it has a New Game Plus, but if it doesn't, then that would be one game I would say that probably could have done with one if it. But then again, I think the practice of it hadn't started yet, so it might be also part of it. Because some of it depends on when the game came out, because some trends were in and some trends were out when those sorts of things started, right? Boxes. Hooray! Alright, well, I'm gonna just leave that boy alone. Ah! I forgot. Oh, that scared me. That scared the crap out of me. I was not ready for that in the slightest. Ah! I see. It's like my brain did not interpolate that boy was coming at me. Get out of here. Just spin him. Oh, brother. Oops. Yeah, I think the only reason I'm doing good on lives right now is because I've been very good about collecting the fruit, the Wumpas. I remember trying to, when I played Tag Team Racing, I remember wondering what a Wumpa fruit must taste like, and I figured it must just be, it's like I didn't want it to be lazy that it was just mango. This is always a good narrative feature you can add for New Game Plus. It basically won't be adding dialogue and like parentheses from the protagonist in the future, like they're retelling the tale but adding commentary. Oh man, that is such a good idea though. Holy crap. That's a great idea actually. Because it's kind of like it's sort of like an inversion of the idea that was present in my brain's turning off, Prince of Persia. When we play that, because the whole game is told with the framing device of, oh yeah, the entire, oh god, the entire game is, up until a certain point, the entire game is the prince retelling the story of the game to the princess, because she wasn't there to experience the actual story, at least not that time. How do I jump on top of this boy? There we go. Of course, I now know this man was a lying cheat and a shithead, but I was young then. I feel like that would probably be the best framing device for a new form of New Game Plus, where it's like, oh yeah, if you want, especially for a dev or a story where you have the power of hindsight, right? Like, the dev knows you have the hindsight because your New Game Plus is on. I like 2.3K grade on the file for this New Game Plus. Oh god. Oh god! We got 20 item quantity limit, recipes, cookie ability, character disc. Oh my god. Collector's book. You had like the whole shebang. The entire game and the kitchen sink. That is very impressive. I like this. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. 10 times experience is 3K by itself. Oh my god. That just seems insane to me. And insanely cracked. Like, that just seems wild. Hooray! Did it. I feel like 10 times experience is just... you slap a random boar and you suddenly gain the power of God and anime. Oh. Hey. Oh wait, why did I backstep? Wait. I backstep too hard. Oh. No, game, stop pushing me away from him. I try to spin him and it doesn't let me spin him. Why does it do that? It keeps doing that. Weird. Eh. That's very exceptional though. I feel like the platforming required in this game sometimes makes my brain hurt. It's just like how on... Moving forward to see how much grade I have after this one. I also have a guide to side quests in chronological order that I've been using. I feel like those are the best kind of guides where they give you the chronological order. Here's what you need to do in this order. Because you know that they had to sit there for hours writing that up. Oh god. Game, don't give me this pity mask. I don't need this. I am free. I don't need this. Let him jump. Yes. I see. Where did he go? What just happened to him? Did I just kill him? What happened? Where is... Oh, I see. He is dead now. Very good. Most excellent. Oh, I killed him and he went flying up. That's what happened. Just infinite boxes. The one I had for the PS2 version was not organized neatly like that. Oh, I see. I will say when I looked up the strategies for Pokemon Stadium, I remember that was absolutely cracked. Because it was a Google sheet with... It was a Google spreadsheet with... It was color-coded with, in this situation, this is likely a victory. In this situation, you're guaranteed. In this situation, you're gonna die. And it was like... every battle and every single behavior of each enemy. And it was just, how on God's green earth did you figure all this out? And granted, Pokemon Stadium's not a big game, per se, but the amount of detail they were able to squeeze out of it is still impressive. It's insanely cool. And mildly terrifying. I think how they analyze all that. I know some of it was them... They were able to take repeat attempts and turn it into, like, basically data, if that makes sense. But some of it's just like, how on earth... Because one of it's like, oh yeah, swap on... When this Pokemon comes out, swap to this, because they will guaranteed swap. Because of, you know, whatever. And it's just like, how do you know? How do you know this? How did you figure... To me, it's much like... This is gonna be a weird comparison. To me, it feels a lot like when I think about how humans came up with bread, which I know is a weird comparison, but hang on. Because the technological concept of, okay, you figured out how to do a certain process, and after that process is figured out, the rest of it is just, you know, okay, this is... Oh god, I keep getting lost. My depth perception is not helping me right now. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, how did you figure it out in the first place, right? And that's what I mean by how did people figure out bread? It's, okay, how on earth did you figure this sort of thing out in the first place? That, I looked away for half a second. Because I'm just thinking about, all right, how did you... I feel the same way about certain graphical tricks. Kind of like, I think ray tracing is one where I just think that is... If I didn't have somebody explaining how it worked at this point, if somebody showed me ray tracing the first time somebody figured out how to do it, I would think they're a freaking wizard. You know, like, okay, how did you do this? That's not what computers do. Like, how on earth did you even figure this out, right? Because the way ray tracing works, basically, the TLDR of how ray tracing works is that instead of how our eyes work, where all of the light is you know, we see light in our world, and what is reflected to our irises is how we perceive color and brightness and the various aspects of light and color. But in video games, you have to do it the reverse. In video games, you reverse that process, because what you do to create a ray, to do your ray tracing, instead of having the colors are already a factor in the world. What it really is when you're doing ray tracing, and by extension also other lighting effects, is that where the camera is, the camera fires a beam out, and then when it hits that spot, it then goes up to the sun. It goes backwards. So what in real life, it's the sun emits light, you know, photons, whatever, beams, however you wish to delineate light. The sun is what shoots the light, and then that light then reflects to our eyes. In video games, it's reversed. You go from camera to sun. And by that way, you get stuff like ray tracing. Oh god. But if you look at that from the perspective of, like, nowadays, like, oh yes, of course, that is how ray tracing is done. But if you take that and say, okay, how do you do that without knowing what ray tracing even is, and without having someone else's prior knowledge to fuel your inventive nature, how the frick do you even figure that out? How does one do? Because that's, to me, the true power of of that sort of thing, where it's like, oh yeah, you make tangible something that just doesn't exist right now. But how do you do that as somebody who sees the present, right? Because I think the toughest thing of any creative, the greatest endeavor of all creatives, is not necessarily the ability to create something new, but to be able to... It's not just creating something new, but also being able to take what is and see something that isn't yet. I think it's that level of vision. That vision is what gets... It's what gets people excited. It's what intrigues people. Because that level of vision is... that beyond impressive. I think we're seeing it now with Elden Ring. You know, with that particular... with FromSoft. At least in a way that I couldn't really put well into words, but there are certain things about their games that only they could produce the vision. Like I may have some spicy takes on FromSoft games at certain points, but they are exceptional. The beauty of art is that it's divisive in some places. Why did I jump? Why did I hesitate? Why did I do this? Thankfully, I have a bedrock of lives to sit on, but I don't think that's good. It's not good for me to rely on that. Trial and error should not be my go-to method. Oh god. Why did I even jump? It's like I just kind of realize how much I screwed up, and now it's just, ah, yes, I see. I understand. But Elden Ring is... I've been playing the deal... Why did I do this again? Okay, just wait for it to come back up. Guy's pretty generous with lives as you push to get him. Yeah. I think especially when... with the amount of fruit they put in every level, you can get multiple I mistimed that so badly. That's just me. I am having a bit of a skill issue right now, but that is fine. I will work through it. Cool. But I think mechanically that is the hard part, I think, for game design. Like figuring out new mechanics without, because being risky with certain mechanics is difficult. And in this version, losing it all doesn't set you too far back, considering you can save. Yeah. I feel like the fact alone you can save at all is insane. Because older games like this, it's just the save file functionality just wasn't... I don't think it was there for a good number of games. Oh, okay. Ready. Why did I do this? On the original, we had password saves. Yes. I remember this now. I also remember password saves being in a bunch of games I've played on stream at different points. I've also in games that I don't think I've played them on stream, but I've talked about them. I know the big one was when I was playing Solomon's Key on the Nintendo Switch on the NES library. Solomon's Key had the password saves, and they were, you know, it's like obviously they're still there, so I remember that they had them, and it's... I think password saves are a lot of fun. I feel like password saves could make a comeback in a weird way. Like, if you build a game with the intent of you need to reach specific places, having password saves as a sort of both a debug tool and as a thing for players to dive into later would be fun. Triangle, triangle, square, cross, circle, circle, cross, square, triangle, circle, square. Not a real one, but you get just, yeah. Let's see. Able to... okay. Let's see. Where am I going now? Ah, it's over there. Let's see. That is a scary jump. I feel like platforming in this style is very scary, where you have to walk towards the camera because you can't see anything. It's scary. I remember the version of that is very hard to see and understand is Pepsi Man. Because Pepsi Man has that, and it's insane. It is absolutely cracked in how weird that is. Also, man, a Pepsi Man is insane. So that means if you just know the passwords by internet, especially, you can just go anywhere. Which I think in some ways it's better when you learn the passwords rather than just grabbing them out of a cheat book. I remember that was... I am remembering now the era of... Ow. The era of... The era of passwords in the 2000s where you could get like those... at book fairs, you could get those really thick books of passwords for the games of the day. I actually remember that there was a bunch of games in each of those books that I didn't own, so I just would look through them and think, "Oh, well, I wonder what the game must be if this is a password, right?" Just trying to imagine, why would you need this password? What does this mean? Why does this particular function have a password? Like the Game Boy Lego Star Wars game had passwords for every lightsaber color and also turning invisible. So it was very strange. Now the question is, am I going to be able to do the supposed trick? Meh. Meh. Ah! Oh, I could have just made the jump. That's crazy. But with password games in general, the separating factor is always knowledge, I think. Because a lot of games that have password codes tended to have functionality that already said that you basically need to have prior knowledge in order to be able to beat this game anyway, right? I think the best example is every game with checkpoint, with basically quarter eater moments, right? I feel like those ones... I feel like the quarter eater moments especially are a great factor in why you would have passwords like that. Wait, isn't this the level where you can do the... Isn't this the level type where you can do the running on the rope thing? Can I do that still? You can! Oh, that's cool. Okay, I am going to be very nervous to try that, but I'm going to see if I can do it more. Can I do that is the question. Ah! I am not experienced in this method. I remember seeing it once because I remember seeing this level in a video at some point. Or at least a level like this, because it's a risky feat. It looks so what's the term I would want to use? It looks so powerful. it looks really impressive when you can pull it off. Oh god. Ah! It looks really impressive when you pull it off, though, I think. Because it looks super neat. Sir. Yeah, that is gonna be that's gonna risk so many lives if I keep doing it, though. Okay, just wait. Okay, we're good. Good. And I am those bridge bores. They are kind of worrying me, I'm not gonna lie. Yep. These jumps are scaring the crap out of me. These jumps scare me so much. Do you like the music though? Music's pretty cool. Yeah, this is, I feel like these are the kind of platforming challenges that separate the youngins from the grizzled folk. Ah! Just fall right through as I say that. Ah, yes, the experience is the true master. Falls right through bridge. Oops. Now I'm just imagining some wise old man standing on a bridge going, experience is the true master. Then he just like falls through the bridge and just eats it. It's like, oh, I see. Yes, experience the true master. Not just depth perception. I see. Very powerful. Really a feat exceeding that of the gods. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I got too nervous. Remember when this came out, one article called Crash 1, the Dark Souls of platforming? I remember this now. I also remember seeing a picture of Crash Bandicoot wearing the Dark Souls 1 title, like the armor. The Dark Souls 1 armor set. The elite armor. I just remember seeing that picture and thinking to myself, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean? Thanks, Aku Aku. I'm pretty sure your mask will be very... Yes, you'll be very helpful in this this endeavor, truly. But I remember that happening, but it just feels very funny when, because that's clearly a somebody writing from the perspective of someone who's never played the original, but specifically someone who didn't play the original growing up, right? Ow. Because I feel like growing up and playing the original, you just look at this and go, oh yeah, this makes sense. I almost wonder if the whole process, though, of a lot of young people are playing Dark Souls just as a rite of passage. Like, oh yeah, you're not a gamer until you beat Dark Souls. It's like, oh, okay, I see. Because teenagers always look for punishment. But I feel like, because, it's one of those things where, yes, I will prove myself by beating this game. But it feels very strange, though, to say, is this the Dark Souls of whatever? Because it's just like, okay, yes, it's difficult, but is it truly difficult enough to warrant such a comparison? Okay, the mask helped there. That is good. I'm just gonna take what I can get at that point. Tana, save me from my sins. I need more lives. I do remember that article, though. It's very silly to me. There is no one game all gamers should play to be a gamer. No, I think that is quite true. I think for me it's kind of like, for at least for my for where I am in my life, I kind of feel like there's a list of games I would say for a game designer, not that they have to play it, but that they should play it, because they're great examples of certain principles of game design. But I don't think that there is a one true, you need to play this video game anymore. Because it kind of feels as though there is no one true game anymore. Because everybody's path in video gaming is so different. And when somebody enters gaming, whatever games they start from, as long as they're always seeking to expand their library of experiences, I don't think that any gamer is disqualified because it's like, oh, you didn't play, using myself as a logic. If I use the benchmark of, oh, if you haven't played Custom Robo for the GameCube, and I'm looking over at the games I have like to my right to see what I can find obscurely. That's an obscure pick. Oh, I bumped something. Oh, there it is. Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, there we go. I'll use those. Custom Robo for the GameCube and Call of Duty Ghosts for the 360. What else is over there? I can't. Why don't wait? I have a copy of. Wait, is that a copy of Digimon Survive, or am I just going nuts? Do I own that game? I don't think. Wait a minute. No, wait. Hang on a step. Let me check something really quick. I'm looking up there. I'm looking up at my right. There's a stack of games, and I see 2 games that I don't think I've ever opened. Hang on. One moment. Let me check something. Real. What? I've never loaded those games up. They're Xbox One titles. I have 2 games sitting on top of the stack that I have on, like, I have layers of shelves that has my consoles and the stuff I use for, you know, my most commonly used things right now. And there's a stack of Xbox games in the back. And I saw those 2 and I was thinking, oh yeah, the cryptid game you don't remember having. I think I got them from a garage sale or something. I don't remember ever buying them. I feel like now if I load up that Digimon Survive, it's going to be like Digimon.exe or something. Which is technically already how Digimon work, but I don't know. Technically, Digimon are already executable programs in a computer, so... Man, I wonder if they get existential about that. But, yeah, no, But I guess to the point, though, it's like, you know, if I look at an obscure game, you know, a common game, Digimon Survive was interesting to watch. Is it? Might need to play it at some point. It looks interesting. I haven't dealt with Digimon in ages, though. I just remember there was that guy with the gold armor who's, like I forget what, I don't even remember his name. I had an action figure of him, though. I don't remember his name, though, which makes me sad. Like, blue with gold armor, and he had red eyes, and he looked really sick. He was rad. The best way I could describe him is that he's rad as all heck. It's the best way I could describe him. But I feel like Digimon is a fascinating franchise in the first place, just because it doesn't have the widespread, it doesn't have the same place in culture as something as Pokemon, as an example. Has different endings, which I forgot which ending I saw. Yeah, I have to. I can't break this. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to look at that then. I might have to look at that game. I might have to look at that at some point, because that sounds interesting. But I was thinking that, all right, so I have to take a couple steps back in the conversation, because I sidetracked myself a lot. A while ago, I was thinking about adding tentatively Saturday streams during the day, specifically so I could, not like every Saturday, but, you know, Saturdays I had open, you know, stuff I had free. Saturdays so that I could play games that would take a lot longer if I didn't have the ability to play them. It would basically be like a third series day. I wouldn't use it to forward series that are on Wednesdays and Thursdays, though, because I wouldn't like the idea, though, of somebody who tunes in every Thursday to watch, like, Persona 3 or every Wednesday for Tales of the Abyss, and suddenly they miss a whole episode, basically, because I streamed on a Saturday for those games. So I'm not doing that. However, I would like to try and add more one more streaming day, specifically on days where it wouldn't actually bother me. Because I feel like if I choose a game where I can just take my time and, you know, even take like little breaks, you know, have lunch and stuff and get to sit and talk with everybody, I feel like that would be probably an excellent decision, actually. But I want to kind of gauge the interest in it before I even decide to do it. So I might put something up about it in the Discord, you know, and also ask, like, what games would people want. Digimon, Bakugan, and Beyblade are, like, varying levels of popular series in the shadows of Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! That I cannot categorize effectively. Oh, man. I will say, I was not super into Beyblade. I did, what hit my school was the Beyblade knockoff called what was it, Power Strikers or something? Because that one had, like, it had some very cool designs. But, and it also had the metal, I say Beyblades, but the metal discs, metal tops. They were pretty neat. I think Digimon is still really neat. Bakugan hit my school like Reaganomics. Like that stuff was insane. it was. I think everybody who did Yu-Gi-Oh also had Bakugan stuff sitting around at some point. I actually still have. I might need to go find it and put pictures up at some point about it. I actually have my my backpack. I had a backpack with all my Bakugan in it. A horrible treatment for, you know, for some people who collect those sorts of things, but I still have them in there. I also have those like tins that you could hold Bakugan in. I did have a bunch of them. They were very cool. I did like them. They were pretty neat. I think it's because it scratched the same itch as Yu-Gi-Oh with the collectors, with the ability to collect them all, but also having the ability to. I jumped way too far. But also having the tangible aspect of it, where it's, you know, it's like it's that physical representation of, oh, here's my monster. Here's my buddy. Here's my creature. I was one of those kids who had a bunch of the. I had a bunch of the weird stuff because I had all 6 of the robots. I had Robotalion. I remember his name. He's very cool. I had all 6 of them, all the colors. I was like, oh yeah, this is. I am the master of the Robotalion. Truly. I don't know why, but it's just like, ah yes, I am the master of the Robotalion. My DMs are open. Ah yes, of course. But honestly, I feel like that kind of collector stuff. It was very easy for kids to get into, just because, oh yeah, because collectible stuff has always been a fun pastime for kids. I think it's just because collecting things is a pretty easy hobby to get into. Whatever the collection is, it's like, oh yeah, I can get into this and be, you know, making my personality for a little while. Because it's a lot of fun. Because collections can be organized, and I think in some way every person wants to be organized and wants to see things organized. Because it's satisfying. It's kind of like those satisfying animations where it's just, oh, it's just right. Jump. Jump. I'm not doing great right now, but that's okay. I might need to get some more water. Maybe that's my problem. I'm not hydrated properly. Wait. Let me out. Okay, we're good. We are good. Yes. All right, good. Excellent. I feel like the fire adds another threat to this. Just whiff your jump and immediately eat fire. Whoop. Go. I see. I think I understand what's going on here, but that looks awful. Ooh. Oh. There's a box over there, though. I don't want to miss that. There we go. But I think those sorts of collectors things always I think they'll always have the ability to fascinate people. Even when those collections turn digital and you have a separate collection from your physical one, I feel like it'll always be something of interest for people of all ages. I mean, in a way, everybody does collections of some kind. Oh, I need to drink some water. Hang on. Ooh, okay. But for some people, those collections aren't tangible in the same way, right? Some people collect memories. Some people collect journeys. You know, they collect places they go. And some people are less existential and collect in a weird sort of way. Some people collect people, if that makes sense. Like, they find people and ideas that they can share. Oh god. How do I time this one? But they collect people in that way of, oh yeah, I found all these people on the internet that I follow and keep an eye on, and it's super cool that I can check them out, and I know these people. I'm aware of these people and the cool things they do. Which is a bit weird, and probably for some might be a weird way to, you know, define a collection in that sense, but I think it counts because it's still something that people love to have. Ooh. Wait, can I go this way? Ow. Okay, I was not... oh, that's why. Stop that, you. Silence bat. Oh. Meh. Oh, well. We'll get more. We'll get more. It's fine. Also, we're well past the hour mark, but how's everyone's weekend? I had a very busy Saturday. Followed by a very warm Sunday. It was quite warm here. Seems like it's gonna cool off, but it is... whoa. 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 That was scary. But I hope everyone's weekend as well. I hope everyone got the chance to do to have some fun. Nice. Just immediately bite the dust. I did spend a fair bit of time playing the new Elden Ring DLC though, because I have it and I want to play it because it's pretty interesting. And I think the thing I've learned about the thing I've come to the opinion of is that the Elden Ring DLC is it highlighted all of the strengths and weaknesses of Elden Ring, like the base game. And that is not a bad thing. However, I do find that it's kind of an interesting thing where I can see where the cracks are, but that doesn't render the experience poor in any way. It's more that, oh, it's truly a continuation of the game because it's accentuated the strengths of its game design and also kind of made more clear where the weak points are. But I like that. I like that. It is pretty good though. Still fun. I think some of the new boss designs are absolutely bananas. I'm a big fan of the Dancing Lion. Dancing Lion's really cool. It looks super neat. It is very strange though. Go, 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 go. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I could have had that if I made the jump. I feel like with collections and stuff of that sort, I feel like it can be very easy to get a little bit, I don't want to say elitist about it, but it's definitely easy to be a little bit looking down your nose about it. That makes sense. I know with trading card games, it is a veritable truth that there will always be somebody who wants to prove that they are the most knowledgeable or the best in their field. They mark their territory in that sense. But thankfully, there's not a lot of people that do that. But every landscape has their one. Oh god. Oh, I lived. I lived at the cost of mankind. This is very difficult. My brain is doing its best, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. No, I missed. Oh well. I feel like with collectors things, it can be... I feel like certain trends come and go very quickly. It's true with video games where certain trends disappear as fast as they arise. Others become mainstays. I think it's interesting how few zombie games there are nowadays, right? I'm thinking about it, there aren't many games that focus in anymore on plain Jane, here's the Walking Dead type stuff. And I don't mean like the Walking Dead is in the series. I mean like the zombies. But it does make me wonder though, what does change in the mindset of people that removes a fad, right? I always kind of wonder what has to happen to a particular trend to disappear, right? And I feel like I'm talking through this platforming because my brain is just having to go through this. It's going through it. Really. This game is challenging my mind, which I appreciate greatly, but also it does also make my brain hurt a little bit, and that's okay. I appreciate that this game is making my brain hurt. I feel like it has to be because the platforming itself, it's both very quick and strangely methodical, right? Like it demands a certain amount of precision, but also requires that you don't hesitate, which hesitation comes with knowledge. And since I don't have the knowledge yet to move without fear, it is a little bit difficult for me to remove that aspect of the challenge. Why am I doing that? Why would I even try that? That's an unnecessary amount of worry I need to put on myself. Okay, that's all three. Where's her warp thing? Is that at the top? Oh, it's right. Oh, it's right. Oh, yeah, it's right here. I see. Hello. Whew. I hope everyone's weekend was well. Oh, man. Brain and body are doing their best to keep up right now. Oh, God, that explodes everything. Okay. I understand now. I understand how much danger I'm in when I'm standing there. I see. That is important to know. Ow. Slap the crap out of my keyboard. Okay, no, we're good. You stop bringing my hand anywhere near my keyboard. Oh boy. There we go. I think with video games, going back to the one true game, you know, the one true game, you know, to define what a gamer is. I feel like it's an odd form of elitism to say that if you haven't played X or Y, then you're not a gamer. It's because it doesn't really add up. Because is the person who puts all their time and effort into Counter-Strike less of a gamer than the person who puts 500 hours into Final Fantasy VII? So I don't think that really adds up. Because, you know, if somebody puts 500 hours into one game but not another, it doesn't disqualify them, it just means that they have different qualifying factors. There are so many extra boxes. Wow. Man. This game does have a lot of lives if you're looking for them. Holy crap. Oh my god, I saw the dark timeline of missing that jump and having to do all that again. Oh my god. Poor guy, he had to get slapped in the forehead with 30 boxes. Boxes and boxes. Oh boy. Needs a Walla Kong. Who is this man? He likes to flex when he has an audience. He skips leg day every day. Every day is arms. Bodybuilder. Ooh. This music is banging, though. Hit him in the head with rocks. Rocks. Oh, I hit the thing. Oh, that's what happened. I see. I hit one of the mine carts. Oops. Ow! Slapped me in the forehead. I love the piano in this one. I feel like low piano as that sort of like jazzy feel that's some good stuff. That's the good stuff right there. Bonk. I appreciate though that Crash can actually just slap a rock hard enough that he's able to just he's able to slap it around. Like, this guy is clearly struggling, and I can just slap the rocks. I can just spin at the rocks and send them flying. This man is struggling to throw them. Poor guy, he can't even throw rock. What just happened to me? I was deleted. I guess I was just deleted. Somebody took umbrage with my existence and just dropped dynamite on my forehead. I mean, I get it, but come on, man. Right. This man is making a point. He's really making a point about this one, I see. It's interesting because I can see the moment that the rocks actually come to a standstill. There's a frame where they actually come to a stop. Because you can kind of see it when they come to a stop there. Oh god. Okay, I see now the problem. Oh god. Oh god. Yeet. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. This enemy is very enemy. Oh, jeez. Oh god. Oh, I jumped too early. I do appreciate that he can throw rocks that have variable speed. If I could throw a projectile and the projectile could change speed in midair, I would be very happy. How scared would people be if they were watching a baseball game and they watched the pitcher put all this effort into throwing a fastball and it started flying at 30 miles per hour and then it suddenly ramped up its speed mid-flight? How scared do you think people would be if they could see someone do that? Or just, yes, it accelerates in space. I think that would be real fear. There we go. Cool. Whoop. Okay. I need to remember that I need to jump later. Oh god. There we go. Hooray! Okay, last one. Please don't drop it on my face. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I do not appreciate the dynamite. Oh! Ugh. I can only imagine how these boss fights must have felt for kids. My brain is keeping up, but it's only because each of these boss fights has their gimmick, and it's not too bad to figure it out, but surprisingly a bit strange to figure out what to do with the middle stuff. Like trying to figure out what to do about these, like the dynamite boxes, and trying to figure out what the game desires of you on that front. Because I think the dynamite boxes are probably the hardest part for me right now. I'm trying to think of favorite video game bosses. I'm trying to think of favorite video game bosses that I can name off the top of my head. I feel like a lot of them are actually on stream now. Especially the newer, like newer contenders for a favorite boss fight, right? I'm thinking characters. Weirdly enough, I'm thinking a couple of the fights in Triangle Strategy and Also on Mario Sunshine, when I got to actually do the Mecha Bowser fight myself. And also Bowser himself. Like, Bowser himself isn't really that big of a fight. It's not that... I'd say it's not interesting, but it definitely isn't the most... Not the most involved battle in the game. Goodbye, Koala Kong. What are your guys' favorite boss fights? Because I do... One of the other ones I really like is... I'm going to mention Custom Robo again, but Rahu. I think any boss fight where you have a boss fight that recurs over the course of a game, but it gets harder every time. I'm thinking stuff like the rival battles in Pokemon. But there are other games that do that where they have you fight a nemesis. They give you a nemesis and you have to keep fighting them. I kind of like that because it makes the eventual final battle all that more personal because you've been able to build up your own connection to that particular opponent. Similarly, also friends that betray, I think also are pretty good for that. I think stuff like anytime I'm playing a game and I see a character where it's like, ah, yes, I have been betrayed. This area is kind of funky. I like the funkiness. How do I... Oh, I see. I can stand on these. I was unaware. Oops. What on earth is this place producing that it produces so much green? Ow. Gamma versus Beta Mark II in Sonic Adventure. Most of the big mech battles, the SpongeBob battle for Bikini Bottom. Hard to think of others right now. Man, I've never beaten Battle for Bikini Bottom. I just thought about that. I was like, wait, didn't I beat that one, right? I just realized I don't think I ever did the boss fights. I just ran around and slapped things because I was a little kid and I didn't know what I was doing. Oh my god, I've never beaten that one. Gamma versus Beta Mark II is so good though. That's a good one. That's a great boss battle. I like that one a lot. I think a lot of Sonic boss battles are on my list right now. The one I can think of off the top of my head is basically, I think pretty much every boss fight in Sonic Frontiers I would reasonably put up there as these are great boss battles. I think, well, let me think. God of War 3, I think the Hades boss fight is one of the best ones. It's really good. In the game Hades, Hades himself is, ooh, that's a good boss fight. That one's also very personal. That one's very good. That one crosses all the boxes. You know what? Also, I would say also I'm thinking about the nameless puppet in Lies of P. That was the last boss we got to do. That was the final boss for us. That one was spicy. I like that one a lot, actually. It's kind of like, after thinking about it over time, it's become a boss fight that I really cherish because it forced me to kind of reckon with myself. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch, Cody. Let me do that right now because I'm talking up a storm. Oh, hope everyone also hydrates and stretches. Take care of your health. Oh boy. Take care of Strimmer. Thank you, Cloudy. Oh god, my elbows popped again. My elbows have been doing that a lot lately. Oh boy. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna also check my knee. My knee is finally pretty much recovered, but I'm trying to make sure it recovers properly. All right, there we go. Also have to stretch that out. There we go. Marvelous. Jump. How do I do this? And popped in and heard that crack. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sunrose. I had to force you to hear the snap, crackle, and pop of my joints. How's it going today, though, Sunrose? Just yes. I feel like for a lot of people, it's like yes. I wonder what part of VOD this is going to be the funniest, and it just all you hear is like this double crack sound. Just, oh yes. The part where he snapped his own neck. Yes, I see. Things are good. How goes it? Pretty good. I'm actually feeling pretty confident about my platforming ability. Despite the number of deaths we've had today, I'm actually quite confident in my ability. Also, I've had a good day. I got to have a good day. I did go and I had to do some yard work, but I was able to make short work of it, which was good. The best forms of yard work are the ones that are made quick. That was pretty good. And of course, I got to just enjoy the day. Been playing Elden Ring. Local Twitch news today. Local Fox VTuber cracks on neck and dies. That'd be the most insane VTuber news broadcast. Just yes, I have. He cracked his bones a little too hard, and now we need to take him to a chiropractor, resurrect him from the dead. This game is a lot of fun, though. I feel like this game is simple fun, and I think I needed that today because I don't need to get too in the weeds with thinking too hard about what I'm doing. I just need to let my brain handle it. Kind of like let my instincts handle what I'm seeing on screen. And that's working out pretty well, actually. Because platformers are all about reflexes, so... Not those reflexes, but other reflexes. But... But it works out very well that good reflexes. The fantastic reflexes. And they're getting better every time, so... The one thing I keep forgetting is how many jumps does it take to break open a Wumpa box. I always forget I keep forgetting how many jumps it takes to break one of these. That time I had it, though. There we go. I got scared. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's 5. I see. Oh, not too bad. There we go. Every now and then, you know, you get... Everyone gets one. I think my reflexes are both very good and perturbingly awful. So on the one hand, when it comes to certain things, if I see it on screen, my brain just goes, ah, yes. You don't need to think of a dang thing, just let me handle it. Other times I stare danger in the face and think, I wonder if I should move. Well, maybe if I can negotiate with the danger. Maybe I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out on the way down, yes? That'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Not a problem at all. Truly. What is this? Oh! Boxes. Ooh. Just very confused by that. I see. Ow. That's fine. I'm sure this will be just fine. I won't need that second mass kit, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh god. Why does this scare me so much? It scares me a lot. Boink. Oh, not enough. Ain't that a shame. Ooh. This place scares the crap out of me. I don't know why, but it's very easy for me to see that this could be immediate threats. Oh, there's a box. There's life. Send me to more life. Whee! Oh god. I do appreciate how fast this is. It's so fast it outruns the camera in some ways. There we go. Things are good today. Been talking a lot of game design today. I think one of the things that this game does super well that I haven't gotten to sit with it and mention it a ton, but Even in the levels where you have to be running towards the camera, I think the game does a fantastic job of making sure the player always knows where they're supposed to go and given a sight line to figure out how to get there. Whether or not they can act on that pathing is very much based on them figuring it out. You know, it's like, okay, am I able to react in time to the information at hand? And I think these games do a fantastic job of actually working with the player on that regard. Because a lot of good game design works with the player, and it doesn't try to fight the player. It's one thing to provide the player a challenge and to give them something to, you know, ruminate, but a whole different sort of beast to actively fight the player's instincts, right? To try and grab them by the neck and pull them in a direction that they don't naturally go. I think this game does a good job of that. At the very minimum, it does a good job of making sure that, for the most part, I think sometimes the camera, I think every game with a 3D camera can have issues, but I was seeing that one, the camera was thinking I was going to go backwards, but that's because I keep moving back and forth constantly. That is less on the game and more on me. That's user error. Sometimes, though, it is just user error. I think with this game, it's a lot more often. If something's going wrong, it's usually... I'm not going to say it's always my fault, but I will say that it is usually my fault. Oh god, why does he have a gun? Stop doing that. Not too bad. Oh god. Yeah, because I see here the camera fights. The camera does not like it if you're going to hesitate a ton. Because if you keep backing up a ton, you're gonna I throw off my sight lines constantly. So it's not helping me to constantly try and back up to line up a jump. Yeah, I don't need to go this way. I'll just go this way. It's not helping me to keep trying to line it up, but that's okay. Even in the level design, it's pretty good. I do think that this green is very hard to stare at, but that's okay. I can live with it. Just stare at the electricity. Understand the electricity. Be the electricity. Whoop, there we go. This level design's really good, though. I'm a fan of good level design. I think this game also showcases how important it is that you understand what it means when you choose how to frame the action. So I think Crash Bandicoot's a great example of a series that when you start experimenting with 3D cameras, you start to realize how much presentation affects the gameplay. Because if this was just a run-of-the-mill, oh yeah, the camera's just behind you kind of level, I don't think it would have been that hard, but there's an added layer of difficulty in trying to trying to understand the new way that you're seeing the level. You're seeing the world in a different way. I think the boulder levels are a great example of that too, where you have to run towards the camera. Because 3D, you can run in all directions, so it's reasonable to presume that the player will be pushed to try new things. But I think that's super neat. I'm a big fan of this stuff. I'm a really big fan of seeing how the devs, whether in the past or the present, were able to make into really new and interesting ideas pop. And in some cases, it's also seeing... I don't know why I did that. I just... But it's nice. It's interesting seeing what a dev can do. You know, like what are these game designers going to do with what they have available to them, right? And I think that's just super neat. Why does for some reason this level is reminding me of the? I know it's a weird comparison, but for some reason my brain's thinking of the. It's the video game at the beginning of Toy Story 2 that the whole gang is playing, the Buzz Lightyear video game. I'm not sure exactly why I'm thinking about it, but for some reason this area reminds me of that video game, like the in-universe video game for Buzz Lightyear. I couldn't tell you precisely why, but I think it's the combination of the platforms and the weirdly dramatic nature of this level. Oh. Oh, I am afeared. This level does make me a little bit nervous, because it is. It's not making me feel comfortable, which is good. That's what it's not. That's what it's supposed to do. But my reflexes are sharpening once more. Truly. I don't know why my brain is trying to place this game in time. So I'm trying to think about what would have been contemporary to Crash Bandicoot 1 coming out. You know what? I'm gonna look that up actually. What year did this come out? Crash Bandicoot 1. Apologies for stopping game again for Crash Bandicoot. When did this come out? 1996. 96? Really? Is that far back? It feels odd. I don't know, that just feels strange to me because it's clearly the truth, but it feels so strange to me to consider this game being a year older than I am. I don't know, something about that just is bizarre. Ooh. But it's... I'm trying to think of what would have been contemporary to it, right? Oh god. But man, I'm just... It does feel very 90s though, with certain aspects of it. Aspects of its world building feel at home in the 90s, but there is still something a bit strange to me about it being mid-90s, a mid-90s release. I could not explain properly why that is right now. Okay. I think conversely, it also feels kind of fascinating to be able to say, oh yeah, this game is like how old the game is, and its level design still holds this well. Because the primary blocking of the level is the same as it was from what I understand. I mean, the game's basically just, you know, ported with some new graphics, shiny new graphics, but oh god. Oh, thank goodness these things are not critically dangerous. Oh. Oops. But this level is interesting. Oop. Try to get as many boxes as I can. It's good to be in the habit of getting the boxes. I feel like at this point, since I'm like pretty certain I'm not gonna get all the boxes, I probably shouldn't be going for that TNT, but I don't know. I don't want to start a bad habit of skipping boxes because I don't think I'm gonna get the diamond. So I'll just go get them. It's fine. It'll be fine. Besides, that's been good to me so far, so it's fine. Oof, okay. I'm trying to remember if I've seen gameplay, how much gameplay I've seen of the original game. I can't really recall the original in any way. Because I remember I've seen videos of these games, but I can't really remember how much. How many boxes did that say I... What, you died? Oh, because I died, I I could have gotten the gem, but I died a bunch of times. Ah, I see, I see. So I had all the boxes, though. That's good. That is... I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Brain is working its best right now. I was kind of moving a little slow today, which I was kind of content to do so. I think in a way I was happy that I had a day where I was able to just slow down. Man, this guitar is bumping though. Good heavens, man. Someone got to have a lot of fun in the studio. Someone was having a lot of fun with that guitar riff. Yeah, that's some good stuff. I like this. I am a sucker for a good guitar part. I think I'm very much like, if somebody says, "Oh yes, this game has good guitar work," I will say no more. That's some good guitar stuff. Good guitar work also feels very 90s. Ooh. Hey. In a weird way, the fact that this feels basically like playing a game of Donkey Kong, but in 3D and you're just behind Mario's back feels strange. It's really cool, but it also kind of confuses me to make that comparison. Oh, good lord. I can already tell those bouncing barrels are going to throw me off later. So, why do those ones bounce? At least these aren't as bad as the Donkey Kong Country barrel throwing orangutans. Those ones always throw me off. I remember how many times I died to those guys. Okay, we're good. I was very scared for a second there. Okay, go. Yes. Marvelous. Very good. I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog is the reason why good guitar work can just set me up for a game. Right. I see. I needed to not touch the boxes. I understand. Let me back in there. But I think it's just because the simplicity of power chords is excellent. I feel like simple melodies and power chords can really just make a song, which is funny given how often I don't do that in my own music. Oh god. Feels kind of strange now that I think about it. I don't often do... What happened to me? But it's funny how often I'm not actually doing that sort of stuff in my own music. I can't really fathom why though. Yeah, I had it all and then I died. I was doing so good that whole time too. That was good. Honestly, the fact that I'm getting good enough to even do that I feel good. I'm doing good on my box hunting at least, so. Which means I need to go through I'll have to go through the levels later if we have time. Pinstripe Potaru. What does this guy do again? I see, they gave him a Tommy gun and a table. Poor Crash is getting shot at. Poor Crash getting shot at. Crash Bandicoot just like, ah yes. Thank goodness for these bulletproof chairs. The bulletproof chair will save me. I love his voice. His voice is very funny. feel like you probably should buy a better gun. I think jams too much. Oh, he's dead. Not too bad. What is a Potoru? I do not know. I feel like this is the part of the game where I have now exited fully from anything I possibly understand to yes, I am now looking down the barrel of a game I do not understand. Huh. Can I go this way? Wait. Why does it appear this way? Ah. So it's where the fruit is. I see. Oh, this is sketchy as all heck. Oh, hey! Free stuff. I think I'm gonna need this. Yeah, I mean, these levels are tough, though, so... yes, tough enough for me to... Tough enough for me to require that, yes. Yes, of course. At least I get to earn back the life I lost, I mean. That's fine. I feel like these levels are what I think of now. I think these are what I think of when I look at Crash Bandicoot, because this feels... I think this kind of level is the sort of thing that would be the best summary of what Crash Bandicoot platforming looks like, right? You know, the view from the back, the... Oh, I should not have done that, huh? Ah. Number of times that's gonna happen, I feel, is gonna be common, I think. Ah. Aku, I don't think you're gonna help me here. I think this game also does a good job of introducing mechanics where they showcase certain things in isolation before putting it into combination with other aspects of the game. Oh, I thought I was good. I feel very silly for missing that one. It's much more like a yes. Just being a silly little guy here. No worries. But a lot of this game has been, okay, we're going to show you these different mechanics in isolation. And then every level afterwards is going to be, we're going to... That's a scary jump. We're going to then put this with another thing you've seen before. And you're going to work with it. That is the entirety of the game design. I think that's what good game design does that by default, is that it first starts by introducing you to something and showing you the core concepts of the game. And then from there saying, okay, let's start extrapolating. Let's start complicating things. And then we can start getting things messy, right? I think the best game design does that well, where they probably just make a point of going back and getting these boxes so I can always get the extra lives. I'm gonna need it. I think this level's gonna be tough enough I'm gonna need it. Until I hit my first checkpoint, I'm gonna keep grabbing these. Tough level, though. Go. Go. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Ah! Oh, I didn't go far enough ahead. Thank you, Aku. I think one thing that I found to be a little confusing for me as probably as a player in general is I didn't know who Aku was until I saw this game, like the Insane Trilogy. Because the only other game I mentioned earlier that I had only played Tag Team Racing. Aku's not in that game. They don't even reference him in any way. So I straight up had no idea who certain characters even really were. I think definitely changes how one understands a gaming universe, like a world in that way. Sort of like how I mentioned at one point that my only Dragon Ball sources for a very long time were video games, so I had no earthly idea about certain arcs in the anime. Why? I don't need this at all. I feel like this is actually gonna screw me up more. Granted. Oh. There we go. That's better. Okay. Ooh. Scary. It is very nerve-wracking to go for those jumps. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. I feel like this must have been the level that made or break some people. Just in general. Not just in video gaming, but just in general. This is the pure agony of... Oh my goodness, I just realized that killing the... Man, the mask actually inadvertently kind of caused me an issue, huh? I see. So the turtles need to be down in order for me to get through this. Oh god. Oh, okay. Stay. Oh god. Why? Oh my goodness, that is scary as all heck. That is a very scary jump to make. that is very perturbing. Oh brother, and then there's this boy. Okay, we're good. Okay. Up. Whoop. 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 Okay, we're good. I can see stuff in the environment in the distance. I don't know what that is, but it perturbs. You know, I'm wondering now if people would play something like this nowadays and say, is this the Elden Ring of platformers? Very silly. Absolutely silly behavior. Hooray, extra life. Ah! Ow. Now then. Oh. Okay. Jumping. Jumping. Okay. Ah! How are you guys liking the game so far? For those who are familiar with Crash Bandicoot, I'm more curious to... I guess I am curious to... How do people compare this to the originals? Is it a favorable comparison, or is it one of those things where, oh yeah, it's what's available? Or is there any animosity? I wonder. I feel like with any remake or remaster, I feel like there's always, even the best ones, to be a vibe. Never really played Crash Bandicoot myself though. That's kind of where I'm at, but I definitely, I feel like with Crash Bandicoot, I can definitely immediately, I mean, I don't have a problem with the Insane Trilogy. Well, that's what I'm curious to, is because it feels like, it definitely feels like this is, it feels like this is really good. For lack of a better description. Oh, I see what I was supposed to do. I understand now. I understand how I screwed up. I think? Ah, nope. Okay, I see what I have to do to do this. I understand. But I recognize why this game is considered one of the greater platformers. I think I can see immediately why this game why this game and its series is revered in that sense. Like I said earlier, could have done more to embody the original by offering the original graphics. And I feel like the only problem with that, the only difficulty is that it feels much like, because this game came out before the Master Chief Collection was a thing, and the efforts since the Master Chief Collection's release a lot more remasters have been, a lot more of them have been doing that sort of thing where you can switch between the graphics, which I think is a big plus for a lot of remakes and stuff. And that remains faithful without changing too much. That's pretty good. I think that's good. I feel like these games... I feel like it was good that they also modernized the looks, but I think they did so in a way that still remains faithful. But yeah, I like that. I like this game. This feels like a very easy, if somebody was looking for something just like fun and goofy to get into, I could easily recommend this, you know? Like, this is one of those I could very easily recommend it type. Does that count? Does that count against me getting the... Oh my god. Oh, please tell me that didn't just screw me out of the diamond. Oh my god. It did. Oh god. Got the gem though? I think I did? I think I did. I don't know. Let's find out. When I grabbed it, so I'm wondering what happens now. Does that count? I grabbed the gem, so... Grabbed it the first time. Yeah, so... Very curious if that counts. Does this count? Do not rob me of this game. Perfect. Oh, it does. Oh. Thank God. that could have been catastrophic. Oh, thank God. Okay. Just gonna file that under repressed. Just not gonna remember that one. Just gonna, in my mind, I'm gonna remember that as I got it the first time. Nothing else happened. The rest of it did not happen. Got it by the tip of your marsupial snout. Oh, wait. Oh, that was scary. Can't scare me with your organ. I've played Scooby-Doo. I like this music, though. Ah! Is that an old man? I grabbed it by... I licked it. I licked it, therefore it is mine. That's what that interaction was. Was that it was truly a I licked it, so therefore it is mine now. That gem was just mine. Like how this music is a jam though. Ah! What is this old man? There we go. Like, I don't know if I'll 100% the game, but at the very minimum, I will beat the game, so... I'll do what is necessary to beat the game. Trying to think of... This level bears an aesthetic and mechanical elements of the levels cut from the final game for it being too difficult. They added it back into this remake as DLC. Oh, did they? Oh. It's kind of... That's both scary and impressive. But it also is nice because it serves as something, you know, it's like, okay, you've beaten the game, so here's your final challenge. Go beat this level, right? I can respect that. That's really neat. And also good on them for just adding it in. I think it's kind of cool. Also just kind of fascinating to see what gets cut from a game, right? Trying to think, because slap this man. I know that in my own game design, especially at college when I was working on my first games, especially with my colleagues, there were many times where I would have to explain to somebody, no, we're gonna have to cut this feature, and I'd have to explain to them, it's like, okay, well, I think this feature is really cool. However, it's one of those things where the rule of cool doesn't work all the time in video games because of the nature of... With game design, you're not always thinking about what you think is cool. You're thinking about what would your player like? would be good for the player, not just what do you think would be fun, which is sometimes can be the same thing. There's a Venn diagram, right, where a developer's personal tastes can be actually quite good for the game to be included, but for some games it can be detrimental if the dev gets if they get too involved personally in that sense. Because then every idea getting turned down feels like a personal sort of thing. And that can be a little difficult to work through. Okay, those boxes are gonna bother me. However, jump this way. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Ooh. I'm learning. I'm gaining knowledge. Oh god, that is a scary jump though. I don't know why there's old men here, but I will slap them. Frankly, it is as it is my duty. I could definitely see this level. There's a couple of levels we've seen so far that I could definitely see them being the level that breaks the camel's back, as it were, and sends a kid like going to their mom. Just, yes, I have learned what agony is. Please help. Wow, it's a good thing I'm an adult with fully formed ideas of what agony is, because that does suck. That sucks for me. Why did I jump? I don't need this Boogadaba. Do not hand this to me, Aku Aku. Don't scorn my presence. I forgot how funny it looks when he's just going nuts over there. Look at him go. He's just having fun. Just a silly little guy, truly. Landed. Whoop. This level, I could definitely see this one being... I can see this one... Getting the gem in this level must be an achievement and a half just to get there. Let alone even just the psychological ramifications of having to do this level over and over again until you get it down. Because you probably end up forming... I imagine for some, they must have formed psychological beefs with every enemy that has scorned them and their presence. That'd be the most painful thing possible. Why does Neocortex keep old men in his castle? What benefit are these old men? I've interpreted Aku Aku's phrases as hula buga and onimotimania. Onimotimania. I know that. Onimotimania. Oh, thank goodness. I missed! Why? I know in my brain I think it's just because of old Vanoss videos. I think it's just because my brain just goes boogadabop. Don't worry, it's okay. You know what's the thing that you know what's the one thing right now that just popped into my brain that made me go, this isn't all that bad given that I died? Something in my head just went, yeah, well, at least you're not playing Scorn again. And I was just like, dude, don't bring that into this. You don't need to, I don't need that right now, but thank you. That does actually help. In a weird way, that does help. Thank you, Psychosis. Thank you, back part of my brain that reminds me of one of my stranger gaming experiences. I don't even think Scorn, like, because it's... Scorn is an art experience, but it is not a very good video game. That is one of those ones where I actually say, fantastic artistic experience, absolutely horrendous video game. In terms of the game design, no. In terms of vision, I can appreciate it. Still very strange. I understand the symbolism behind the things that happen to that game now, and it's actually kind of cool, but I don't find... I would never recommend it to anybody to play it. Oh god. Oop, there we go. some reason that just bolstered my patience. It's just, ah, yes. You've been through worse. Don't worry about it. This is quite tame. And beyond that, that was also a skill issue on my behalf. So it's perfectly fine. It's almost like as long as I can put the impetus on me, I don't mind it as much. Where it's, oh yeah, well just, you know, you learned from that mistake, don't do it again. And that's just fine. It's almost like I can take it if it's, oh, it's a mistake on my behalf, so I can learn from it. But when it's something that the game just is just being vicious with, I'm not into that. Oh god. Okay, good enough. We take those. The W may be gross, and it may not be clean, but a W is still a W, so we're gonna take it. Is there a box near? No. Okay. Good god, there's no checkpoint. Why? Why is there... Why? God, I don't know what I did, but it wasn't me. Why is it... It is a little strange that it's decent, that they're not quite synced up, but I think that's... I also am kind of screwing myself up a little bit by basically messing it up for me. Oh god. Okay, wait for it. Yeah, there we go. That was what I was waiting for. No boxes, no checkpoint. Oh god. Why? Like, I know why, because this level is pain, but why? I must question the reasoning. Truly. Okay, jump. Please be a checkpoint up here. No. Oh god, why? Oh, checkpoint. Alright, just don't. Okay. Box. The box. We have time. I do not need to rush this one. Okay. Thank God. Checkpoint. Ah! Why does that platform do that? What sort of halcyon nonsense is this? What is that platform doing? Ooh. Oh god, this is weird. How did Neocortex figure this out? How did he... How did he do this? How does one build platforms like this? Like, Neocortex could have been solving like a lot of real problems, but instead he decides to design... What sort of, like... How? Ow. That's a fair question. It's like, how did he figure out how to make stone magnetic? Like, he was able to figure out subatomic particles and freaking all this nonsense, yet he can't figure out his hairline. Never thought of the fact that he would have designed these parts of his castle. Well, it's like, because of course he would. But it's like, okay, so what defenses are these? Like, what threat is he like, how much of a threat does he presume people climbing the outside of his castle to be, that he builds this sort of nonsense and has platforms that just rise and fall with the coming of the ages or something? How does one figure this out? He figured all this out and he doesn't know how to figure out his hairline, but he did all this. It's absolutely insane. Just the world building implication of he designed this entire castle, and then it's just how? Not to mention, why does he have an entire, like, he does seem like the kind of man who makes a lot of enemies beyond his own experiments. I imagine that he's on the watch list from every world government that exists in this one. Which I'm trying to think, how many world governments are there in this universe? How many does the world of Crash Bandicoot function on government? I know it has theme parks because Crash Tag Team Racing has a theme park. That's its whole point, is that you're trying to save the theme park. All right, take this. Because he has the... I don't know why, but There is something eternally funny of get all the boxes without dying and then immediately dying. Wouldn't rely on Crash Team Racing for. Well, not Crash Team Racing, Crash Tag Team Racing. But still, yeah, you're right. You are kind of right. You're spitting. But it is still. But if I consider right, that's what I meant. Yeah, but it's like if I but still, if I consider at least, if I at least consider that the world at least at the very minimum has. It at the very minimum has stuff that it would be considered normal infrastructure in certain places, right? Oh no! I pressed the spin button on accident, and I was sent to God. But you are right, though. But even still, if I only pull this game, though, then like let's say if we only pull what we have available to us right now. What does Neo Cortex answer to besides the whims of his fate and gravity? There's definitely natives on these islands. Cortex is a platoon of scientists. Yeah, that's what I mean, though, is that it... So there's very clearly, like... Oh, I exploded. So it does make me wonder, though, if there's any, like, major forms of government or world... From what I know of the other games, though, they do go through history. These levels are actually... This is quite tough. Ah! Okay, very well assume there are governments that run the universities these doctors come from. Can you get a doctorate in evil science? Maybe that's what it is? I'm very curious to the... It's like, do I need definitive answers? No. Not in the slightest. Ow. I don't necessarily need definitive answers, but it's just taking into consideration the nature of this. You know, it's like that implied world building of, okay, somebody had... Neo Cortex had to come from somewhere, which is also a ramification of the world building. Ow. Because I mean, his studies are definitely in the realm of genetics. And yeah, because he definitely... Because you don't just learn genetics. I don't think you just come out the primordial soup knowing how to do genetic reworking, right? At least I hope not, because that would be kind of... Ow. That would be kind of concerning, but... I guess Apocalypse in Marvel technically does, but that's more because his mutant quirk is really stupid. And by stupid, I mean stupid broken, but... That is much more a... I should not have spun... I don't know why. This is giving me the same vibes as the minecart level in Donkey Kong Country, that last one. I'm thinking about that last one that was causing my brain cell to hurt. Okay. I gotta get... I think the implied world building, though, is always funny to consider, because it is insanely silly to consider the, you know, the reality of the Crash Bandicoot games. Why did I do that? Considering because you're taking you're doing all of your work within the reality of the game, you're not really taking that step outside of the game to say, oh, well, let's use the doyless explanation and just say, oh yeah, well, he's a mad scientist, he doesn't need to be explained. It's like, well, no. The fun part is finding out the answer if there is one. It doesn't mean that the writers need to provide us an answer, but it's more interesting that we can come up with one. The best part of an answer is that we can come up with one. Oh god, let me out of here. Why? I don't know why I'm suffering this. It's like in my head, I'm like, oh no, I need to get this. At the very least, I'm getting better. I had another second. I could have waited. I don't know why I didn't. I got greedy. Would assume brief that Cortex has reason to be wary of heavy forces that might try to stop his research. His archetype is very based on Saturday morning cartoon villains in similar positions. You know what? No, I'm just gonna dip. I'm gonna go. Okay, never mind. I guess I am gonna try it again. and I think some of that is just, also the, that's what kind of Crash Bandicoot's world seems to be built around and predicated on, is that you don't need the answers to a bunch of stuff because, frankly, you don't need those. Ow. I keep forgetting that I have time to wait. I have time to wait. I can just wait. Because a lot of the Saturday morning cartoons don't need big answers. You know, it's just, oh yeah, some things just exist. Some of the bad guys do just exist. Some of the ones I can think of off the top of my head are stuff like Teen Titans back in the day. You didn't need to explain the villains in Teen Titans. It was just, ah yes, here's British. And oh yeah, here's the couch potato guy. But you didn't really need to explain who they were. You didn't need to explain, you know, their backstory. It was just, ah yes, here's your character. Is this gonna work? It did. Oh my god, I missed it right at the end. Oh my god. Why? Okay, you know what? I should just leave. I just need a dip. Those extra lives just aren't worth it to me anymore. I just need to go. Just gonna go. But I think sometimes just considering the consequences of such things is more or less an exercise in comedy. And I think some of that's just because of the actual explanations you can come up with are always going to be funnier than if somebody really explained it, right? And conversely, I think sometimes that also goes true for things in stories that are dark in nature, right? Where sometimes just showing somebody the explicit answer isn't as interesting as, oh yeah, we're gonna leave it to you to imagine what happened here, right? Because there's something just as haunting about a possible answer than a defined one. The actual writing term is called a noodle incident, off of a particularly funny instance in Calvin and Hobbes, referred to as a noodle incident. But I find that sort of aspect of writing, the noodle incidents, those aspects of writing where you just you have to let the reader, your player, come up with the answer. I feel like those can sometimes be far better and far more effective in writing than anything a writer can come up with. Case in point, everything FromSoft has made. The fact that they have left just the right amount of stuff vague, and also left just enough in there to give a defined story, but a lot of the story, oh boy, this level, this looks insane. This looks perturbing. What is going on with this? What is this level? So far it's not too bad, but my... Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I hesitated. Ah! I hesitated. I slipped. I was doing super good too. I was really cooking there. Oh god, why? Oh god. This level perturbs. But the thing I'm thinking about right now is the ways in which I think some writers screw themselves up because they try to answer things that didn't need answers. Some things are good to go and make answers for later, right? Like, oh, what is the truth of this particular event in a story, right? But some incidents don't need answers, right? And I feel like if somebody had to come up with, okay, what is the actual explanation that Neocortex has a medieval castle built around his lab that is filled with all of this nonsense? Why did I jump? And it's this sort of stuff where it's like, okay, why does he, who on earth is he having over for tea that wouldn't be immediately getting ripped to shreds by all these pendulums swinging around in his house? Is this castle meant to be lived in? It's like you don't need all that. You could think about it and consider the ramifications of living in a place with pendulums swinging through your east foyer hallway, but wow. Because I'm just thinking, if I had a pendulum like that swinging in my house at all times, I probably would be a little bit on edge, pun intended, to even be awake. Or worse, to not be awake enough to realize that I walked into the pendulum hallway and not to the coffee room hallway. This is all just the back entrance. That would make sense, but still, I guess to that end, you know, forbid that he has like a visitor that he doesn't want people to be seeing coming in the front door. Like a girlfriend or something. Or somebody else's girlfriend. It's like, wouldn't you want to... Oh god, why? Ah! Knowing Cortex, I think this might be the exact thing he'd like to do, and no, this is not a place not to be lived in, at least not this floor. I like thinking about that sort of thing, where... Because buildings are meant to be used. Oh, for the love of... Man, getting hit really is a death sentence, huh? But it does, because generally you build, the mask light dims and needs to be refreshed after a time. Yeah, I'm grateful I haven't had it happen to me too often yet. I had it happen that last time I got really far, but I need to move quick. I need to move very quick. I need to move much faster this time so I don't die. Oh. Oh, please. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I missed 3 boxes. That's fine. I'll take it. Oh, boy. Okay. But it feels like the kind of thing, though, that when you look at a video game world, and you look at a building, and you consider, if you ever consider the fact that, you know, unless somebody is insane, or maybe just a little bit confused, you don't really build buildings without a reason, right? But even then, it's just thinking, okay, well, what needs is this building fulfilling to the people of its, that inhabit this place? And with this, it's just, okay, well, what was Cortex doing, truly? What was his objective, truly? I jumped at the best time possible. I'm amazing. Just have to give myself a bit of a self-confidence boost. Just, yes, I am amazing, yes. It's nice every now and then. Sometimes it is nice just to reaffirm that I am cool. Even if it's for myself. Eh. I feel like everybody needs that at some point, just to be able to say it to themselves, like, it's not cringe to say that you're cool, you know? It's like, hey man, some people just be cool. You don't need to explain yourself to nobody. Cool. And you can be cool to yourself. Cool. I don't know why, but I just like the... I don't know what it is, but the imagery of Crash being spun around in space to just these platforms is very funny. Because he's just standing there, just nothing going on in his brain, just enjoying the elevator taking him to his next destination. I got scared for a second there. Oh, a spider. Mythic spider. And I just remember that song, Magic Spider. Necrogoblicon is a good band. They're very funny. I like them. It's their name is a little confusing, but dang, they write some good stuff. And yes, that was correct. I did not stutter. It was Necrogoblicon. They are necro-goblins. They write cool music. Snake. I guess this whole thing does make me wonder about if Neo Cortex did all of this stuff. I kind of wonder, did he ever have one of those existential crises where he kind of had a realization that he wasn't really doing the most he could do with his science. I don't know, just kind of wonder if he ever has one of those crises or if he's always just fine with it. So I know Eggman's had a few times where he's had a bit of a crisis because he realized he was having a near protagonist moment. Near protagonist experience, as as it would be want to be called. It does make me wonder how much Cortex is, because I think some of the most fun villains are the ones that aren't. They quite literally cannot be self-aware enough to be able to make that leap, right? It is fun when you have a villain who does that, but I feel like then they stop being a villain, right? They go to just being an antagonist, not a villain, and that's fine. But I feel like sometimes that's why Cortex is kind of fun, because he's. I think exploring Cortex having Crisis the B plot of Crash 4. It's about time, though. I haven't beaten it. I just remember the internet going a little bit nuts over the new Tawna design. That is what I remember of Crash 4. I have not gotten to play it myself. I should probably play that at some point. Need to see what I can get it on, though. What do I do, Lord? I see. Ooh. Back it up. But I do like the... I feel like Cortex would be the kind, though, to have a bit of a crisis about... I feel like especially if he saw himself in another universe. That's a general plot in a bunch of stories, though. Oh, God. Ooh. Hey. But I think the nature of good villains is that they shouldn't be able to change. You know, they can have dings to the motivation, I think. You know, like they wake up one day and just like, man, I don't want to villain up right now. You know, they're not really feeling it that day. You know what I mean? I think Mojo Jojo has that a couple times in Powerpuff Girls, where he's just not feeling it. You know, he wakes up in the morning. He's just like, you know what? I don't feel like villaining right now. I just need to take it. I need a tea time. Because I know that's happened a couple times with him. But I feel like with Sad AM type villains, they shouldn't be able to... You okay, Crash? Yeah, he's okay. He'll be fine. But I feel like with those types of villains, that archetype of villain, you kind of don't want them to exit the status quo without it being a big deal that it happens, right? I remember that was the joke of an episode of Powerpuff Girls, because I watched Cartoon Network a lot when I was growing up. But there's a joke, I see. But there's a joke in one of the episodes where Mojo Jojo is spending the whole day trying to not be a villain, and the Powerpuff Girls keep just kind of harassing him because they think he's doing something evil. And then he just kind of he has like a monkey freak out moment, and he goes, "Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going home." And he just goes home. He doesn't do anything else. He just goes home. And it's like it's played as such a fun bit, but it's also kind of poignant for him because it kind of showcases how much of like his daily life is kind of getting absolutely slapped. Hi, Drifter. How's it going today? Oh, I lived. I did it. How's it going today? I've acquired the Boogdaba. Still coughing a little. Ah. I hope it goes away quicker. I hope that you're able to get some tea. Tea is quite helpful for that sort of thing. Let's see. Ooh. Nose isn't as stuffy as before. Hey, that's good. Excellent. Improvement in the condition is still an improvement. This is excellent. This level feels scary. I like the synthesizers here, though. Make me happy. Cool. But did you play a game called Crypt of the Necrodancer? Actually, yes, I have. I haven't played it in a while, but I have it on PC actually. I haven't played it in ages though. I remember I downloaded MP3 files of some songs to make custom levels out of, and I remember that I did that with, oh, what was it? There was a song by Sonata Arctica. I think it was Full Moon was the one I used for that. That was pretty fun. Rift of the Necrodancer is out now. Oh, I did not. I need to take a gander at that when I can. Cool. Ah. I see. Only a few songs. Oh, might need to look into that though. Still something worthy of looking into though. I might need to check that out at some point. It's a good. I like that they hybridize the rhythm games with the dungeon crawling. That's pretty. I like that. I just got evaporated. Oh, poor guy. Poor Crash. I just remember that was one thing about Crash Tag Team Racing that was very confusing. Was that they had that whole mode where it's just, yes, find all of the different ways Crash Bandicoot can die. Like, what? As a kid, it was kind of like, oh, it's funny. Cartoon death, funny, but this time it feels more like a traditional rhythm game. I need to look into it then. Free fruit. Whoop. That looks like it'd be fun to jump on. I might need to look into it then. Especially since there's a demo out, I might need to look at that. Oh, I did get something. I need to add it to the games list. My friend that I game share with got Tekken 8, so I might wanna try that out on stream. Just that the notes monster different behaviors as it approaches the button press. Oh, I see. Interesting. Oh god. I'm taking this bait. Oh god. Ooh. I like that though. That's kind of cool. That's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to need to look into that. But yeah, I have Tekken 8. Who's your main in Tekken 8? I haven't loaded Tekken 8 up yet, but my main in Tekken... Okay, I have a question. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say this right now. If somebody can accurately guess my main before I say it in Tekken, like my main in Tekken, if someone could accurately like guess, I'll use Tekken 7's roster because that's the one I played the most recently. Oh, come on, man. Why do you have to soul read me like this? it is King. I specifically learned how to play King in Tekken 7. I freaking love King. I do like him a lot. I do like him a lot. Ah! How did you soul read me? I was gonna say Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu's all right. Yoshimitsu's secondary only because I have not yet figured out all of his stuff. You've either mentioned it or I just read you well. To be fair, I feel like King, as on the personality side, does kind of jive with how Yoshimitsu's my man. Yoshimitsu's great though. Yoshimitsu is great though. I will say Yoshimitsu's like no, he's number 3 only because I actually did learn I did learn Kazuya. I learned Kazuya Mishima specifically because of Smash Brothers. I do like grapplers in most fighting games. I am here's the thing, I'm not usually into grapplers exactly, but with King, I think it's mostly just because I like his style. I also very much am a big fan of his style. Because he is actually very cool. I like him a lot. But I think also with King, it's a matter of his particular moveset is just so fun to use. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! The gem. There is actually one character in Tekken 7. I believe it wasn't... Who was it? It was Lao Fang. Was it Lao Fang? What's his name? Fang? I think his name is Fang. I learned his 10-hit combo once, but I didn't have it memorized. I did have King in Tekken 7. I used to have his 10-hit combo memorized. And I used to spam that like nothing else. It's just so fun. I just like the 10-hit combo because it's just insane. It just looks nuts. Nitrous Brio. Embryo. I see. My brain did not. I was just like, yes, spin. 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 I have never actually seen this boss fight before, so I have no idea what I'm looking at. What is he? What is he doing when I do that? What is he? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. How do I attack him? How does this work? Can I jump on these? Oh, I can. Okay, I have to get it to face him and make it spit at him. Okay. I understand now. Whoa. Oh god. Oh, I see. As you jump on them. I see. Okay. But no, King is one of my favorite. I think King's one of my favorite fighting game characters overall. He's really freaking cool. Like, I don't even know half his story. I just know he's cool. That's all I needed. I don't need anything more than the fact that he's my favorite. He's just my favorite dude. Just like Crash Bandicoot's a silly little guy, I like that King is just a guy. He's just really good. That's actually the same reason why I like Hunk in Resident Evil. Hunk in Resident Evil is just a dude. He's just really good at what he does. He's just good at fighting. And I don't need any more than that, truly. This man's got the aimbot. Just spin. Ow. This guy definitely seems like he's the. This is the face of evil to some guy somewhere who grew up playing this game and Embryo was a boss fight they got stuck at. I can absolutely see this man being the bane of someone's existence in the 90s. Poor guy didn't have no cheat codes, didn't know nothing. Okay, how do I dodge this? This would be 1, 2, 3. Ah, I can dodge. I'm feeling my brain. Oh god. Oh god, no, you haven't seen the half of it. Oh god. I can already tell this is gonna be where we are for a little bit. I can feel it. But I think if you don't have a main in a fighting game, either you haven't played enough of the game to know, or in my mind it's like, well, you haven't gotten experience enough yet. So I feel like everybody has a main. You don't play a fighting game without learning what your main is. It's very funny because I remember a friend of mine, his mom actually used to she used to play Tekken with us, and she would play King, and it was scary because she knew the grapple inputs, and the fact that she knew the grapple inputs was terrifying existentially because she would suddenly whip out like grab on low, like if you're blocking she'd grab through it, if you're dodging she'd grab you. It was like it was terrifying. And I think that was like Tekken 3 or 4. It was just right terrifying because just IS. A grappler who knows how to zone. Real fear. I remember that was actually one of the funnier descriptions I've heard of Z Broly. Mom just wants to give you a hug. I did find it funny that she played the most aggressive characters though besides King. It's like if she was playing a fighting game, she played the aggressive as heck characters. Okay, well I used my mask up. I was given a mask, but oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What is he doing? Why did he do this? Oh god, why? Oh god, why? What? Oh, what do you do about him? Am I supposed to spin at him? This boy is confusion. This boy embryo is confusion. But probably the same thing to do with the slime. Oh, probably. Probably had to jump at him. You know what? That's probably accurate. Let's try it this time. I hope I can get there. He's got some Dr. Jekyll transforming shit going on. He's got some Dr. Jekyll stuff going on here. Ow. Ah. More like Bane, in my opinion. It's kind of a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I think it's mostly Dr. Jekyll because it's a tonic he drinks. Bane that he gets strong, but Dr. Jekyll that it's a tonic. Because Dr. Jekyll notably transformed using a tonic that he had to alchemically mix. Whereas Bane just got the venom through the... Because he found out what venom was through the experiments done in the prison. I forget the name of the... My brain is not... My recollection of comic knowledge is not getting me the name of the prison. It's... I wish I remembered, because that would have been a flex of... flex of trivia knowledge, yes. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Arkham? Well, no. Bane was made in a prison... when he was born, he was put into prison to serve out his father's sentence. And he... he had to serve his father's life sentence. And... oh god. But he, the Peña Duro prison. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't Arkham, but it was... but yeah. Yes. But yeah, the, and it's like, the main thing is that he was given venom there first. That was the big hoist I was going for. But yeah, no, but yeah, that was how he got venom. Man, it's already 10 o'clock. Holy crap. Time really flies. I will say, if I actually beat the game... Okay, so let's see. What are we looking at? Insanity. So this takes me back to the beginning of the game. I see. Stormy Ascent. Oh, this is the... oh, I see. There's 2 more levels. I can see it now. There's 2 levels. Ooh. Oh, so that's what those warps do. I see. Let's do it. We're gonna make it rock. I see. Yeah, Stormy Ascent is the DLC. Oh, I see. Okay. I see now. Hmm. Oh god. I can already tell this level is gonna make my brain hurt a little bit. Here we go. Okay. Oh god. Oh. Made it. Slime. Slime, nerd. Oh god. Ugh. I see now. I'm gonna need to remember that for later. They hid the TNT in the box. Curse them for attacking my sensibilities in this manner. How dare. I see. I can already tell that this level is gonna make my brain think very hard. Man, that is a quarter eater moment though. The life, that's a life sink. That's definitely one of those moments that they put in just to mess with people. Oh my goodness. Fauna, save me from my sins. Whee! Three, 4, 5. Oh god. Only 10 out of 12. What? Where were the other two? I need those. I wish to get all 12. I see. It's up there somewhere. How do I get this? I just want to acquire. I... Yeah, because 8, 9, 10. There's 2 more that I'm missing. How do I get on top of that box, though, without triggering it? Weh. It keeps whiffing, and I don't know how to not whiff. How does one not whiff? Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna get out of here. I just need to live. This is fine. I don't need to get 100% boxes right now. I just need to live. Just spot dodge the box's hitbox. Oh god, I'm dying. I don't know why it makes me laugh so hard whenever I miss the jump in that manner. I am curious what makes him lethal and what doesn't. Alright, running by you. I do not care. I am quite literally a Bandicoot. I do not have time for your e-girl problems. I don't know why my brain wanted to say that. It was like everything in my brain said, yeah, this is it. I think at this point it's because I have 3 hours in on trying to keep my brain running at full capacity. Ow. In this platformer. Hello. Excuse me, sir. I need to go through. There we go. Marvelous. Cool. Okay. Brain is working at its best right now. Hooray! Hey, that's pretty good. Run away! Alright. Excellent. Oh god. I feel like Stormy Scent's gonna be something I have to do later at some point. Against my better judgment and because it'd be funny. I at least want to see it. I feel like seeing it would be fun. That animation looks pretty clean though. Why does he just turns it on, I suppose. Or Crash, he has to suffer. No, not again! I feel like that part is enough for me to cause me a little bit of brain, cause me a bit of a memory issue because I keep looking at him and thinking, oh yeah, it's fine. Okay, and now he's good, so now I can jump around him. Yep, there we go. There we go. I see. Oh god. I have to spot dodge everything. Kind of concerning, to be honest. Oh god. I was not spot dodging that one, unfortunately. Oh god, that's right. I have to do this part again. I feel like I have to remind myself that this is the end of the game. You know, normally this is after you've had to build up a huge store of lives. You had to deal with all of the levels in a row. You know, it's like, oh yeah, like this is usually the point in the game where you've already been playing for hours, but you've also had to deal with the fact that you've had to put all of your skills to the test in one good run. And I've had the benefit of saving. I've been able to save my game. I'm gonna have to remind myself how good we have it right now. Thank you, Aku Aku. I really wish we didn't, but we will. Yeah, this is... I can already tell this is gonna be awkward as all heck. Okay, well, I'm just gonna accept that because right now I just need to get out of here. Really. Oh god. Okay. Oh boy. Please, game. Okay. The extra lives were good though. Oh god. Okay. Run, and jump. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Good enough. We'll take it. Holy crap. Whew. This game is kicking my butt right now, but I'm getting there. I need to crack my neck. And also stretch my neck. Oh, boy. The Great Hall. Okay, this looks like the second to last level of the game. I think we're looking good. What the heck was that? What is this? What? Huh? Wait. What is it? Why? I think I'm just more confused than anything. Why is it? How does it work like this? Is this less a level, more an opportunity to cash in your gems? Oh. Let me take a look then. I'm curious now. What does that mean? I'm gonna go look really quick because now I'm curious because I don't really understand. I would return here. Hint: return here when you've oh, you have to need all of them that use it. Oh, I see. So I need to get all the clear gems in order to use the Great Hall. I understand. Okay. Oh, because the gems make up the platforms. Ah, I see. Okay. I'll drink some water. Oh, hi, Cortex.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
Oh, the green ones are good. Green is good. Understood. Oh god, it's a bullet hell.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
Yes, darn me. I don't know why I just thought of it, but it is kind of confusing to me that his head is perfectly flat. I don't know why that just occurred to me that his cranium is flat. His mother must have been in pain. Now I just realized I had to think about his mother. I didn't need that. I didn't need that on. I didn't need that put on. I didn't need that evil put on me. Why is it? Why is it stuck? Why is it just staying there? Oh, I see. I have to. Someone threaten him with a can opener. I feel like that would be enough of a threat. I see. Crash Bandicoot's other power, being able to... I was too close to the side.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
I like that he's trying to stay close to me, and I'm just like, yes, yes, of course.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
I feel like this boss fight must have been... This boss fight must have been something else in the day. I do like the visual of it, though. It is sunset, that we're spinning around the tower. How cool it looks. I missed. I was spinning. Caught me on wake up.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
I just realized, am I more just curious than anything, but... So I know Crash was named before he was taken by Cortex, but what did Cortex actually do to Crash? Well, that canonically Crash did so much damage as ever to climb the tower that the whole thing is on fire. Ow. It is kind of amazing too how much Crash did to everything. He didn't just like break it. He torched the whole thing. Everything is on fire right now. Yeah, I need to be... My brain needs to be functioning properly right now. There we go. Oh boy. Oh god, move away from the sides. Okay, we're good. Okay, and that's the one that goes up and down, so I need to move away from it. Oh god. Ugh. Oh god. Oh no. Yes, okay, we're good. Woo. Ow. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're so good. Give me the green orb. Oh god, there's two more. Oh my god, this is... even with the mask, even with the mask, I do not feel safe. I do not feel safe fully.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
This fight feels like I'm going to be... We're going to be spinning around this tower for a moment, aren't we? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ooh. Okay, just keep it moving. I really have to be good about hitting everything. I actually need to be paying attention. I need to be on the ball. Okay. Good. 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 Oh god. It's coming. Ugh. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh god. Why'd he fire it over there? No. I needed that one. Oh lordy. It is so nerve-wracking now. There we go. Yeah. And it's tough for me to admire the background fully. What? Oh my god. No, wait. Ah. It's so hard for me to admire the background now because I am now in constant fear that I'm going to get shot. Okay, that one I feel like I need to avoid it like the Egg Viper attack in Sonic Adventure 1. The fourth attack, I need to just run sideways. I need to run laterally. I keep trying to avoid it. I keep trying to just avoid it. Like I can outmaneuver it or something, but I need to just run sideways because I know he can't catch up to me that way. At least not easily. Green. Oh boy. This is another one of those fights. I can just imagine somebody having a heck of a time. Okay, well that sucks. That sucks for me, but that's fine. At this point, okay, never mind.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
Oh god. Must be getting a little bit tired because I was not fully there for that one. I was not fully cognizant of that attack. It's like mentally just not being available to be attacked right now. I just wasn't ready. I might crash right now. Just yes. Please page me at a different time. I am not mentally available to be attacked. I am not mentally there. Mentally being so checked out that someone attacking you doesn't register is crazy. A bit of a mood though, I must say. I feel like it would definitely be a mood to look somebody in the face and say, "Sir, I am not half aware enough to be under attack right now. I am not under siege." Simply put. Ow. Oh god. Oh my god, I need to move slower because I ran too fast. I saw it that time. I saw it that time that you can't run too fast, otherwise he just makes your life a nightmare because he can just... Yeah, because you can just... You don't need to move too far to get it to dodge each shot, you just need to move out of the way. I see now. Yeah, because I was kind of moving like the projectile would be bigger in mass. So I need to... Ow. Oh god, why? My brain just did not take that in. Oh god.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
Why is this boy throwing me off so hard? I think it's something with final bosses where I just... You're given a pattern that you have to learn. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to certain patterns, my brain just doesn't internalize fast enough. At the very least, I'm learning now, because now I'm getting there. This is a good boss design, though, I think. I may be having trouble, but I'm definitely enjoying the boss fight. I think it's very easy for boss fights like this to slide into tedium, but this one isn't doing that. It just feels like, okay, yeah, I have to learn the patterns. And since there is no way I could have known any better how to deal with this fight, it's perfectly fine that I'm having trouble because it's like, yeah, you don't see this fight until the end of the game, so of course you'd have some trouble. Like, how would you know? How would you know that this is coming? Oh god. I was not ready. What the? Oh, I thought I had that one. I thought I was good. Man. Because I'm trying to dodge in a way that doesn't require me to move too much. But it seems like those shots come at too fast a rate for me to do that, but I definitely just need to be a little bit more ready for that particular phase. I do wonder, how did he build a laser gun like this? How does one build a laser gun of this type? Really? Okay, this is he fires the sine wave. And you're capable of jumping the 4th round barrage, but it does require to be pretty good at jumping at the right time. Ah, I see. That would explain my general problem. Okay, so let me start from here and then... Aha! You can jump it! Ooh. It is possible. Oh god. Oh, the last one's just that. Genius. Hey! Loading. Is there more? Oh. I like this. I don't know why, but I find it very funny though that I do like that the dynamic of Tana and Crash is basically just the same as in my head I'm thinking it's the same as the dynamic of Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. Short little dude and short little silly guy and the bombshell. Yes, of course. I sit through credits because we respect devs in this household. In this library. Oh boy, it gives me a chance to stretch too. We'll go back and replay some levels. You know, go replay some stuff, have some fun. We have 30 minutes. We have time. Honestly, I'm happy we went back for this. I missed out on a good time. Definitely a tough platformer, but I appreciate that. Definitely not. I would definitely not point beginner gamers at this one. Like I would say like once you've gotten one or two other platformers under your belt, take this one on. You know? Yeah, this is the challenging game. Yeah, it's like if I were to say what games to go for, I would say, you know, like play like a 2D Mario game, in this modern context. Play a 2D Mario game and a 3D Mario game, or a 2D and 3D platformer of your choice. You know, just like I would say Mario or Sonic. And then I would say maybe one other one. Crash 2 is a little easier on you, but rewarding in its own right. I think that you definitely see that with series like this, where and Crash 3 is an everything game. I feel like you see that with series like this though, where they have to keep reinventing and remixing. But also they're able to take the feedback from the first one and make some new changes. They stuffed everything in it. I'm very curious then, because I feel like I gotta get around to playing Crash 3 then, because that seems like a fun time. I'm gonna need to look at that. But I like this. I feel like it's one of those games. I feel like it is one of those things where I have a different perspective because I didn't get to grow up with Crash. I kind of grew up with Crash in the way I did, which is Crash Tag Team Racing isn't really a Crash Bandicoot game. It's more or less just here's some platforming you can do with Crash, but it's not really the same. So getting to go back and actually play the games is really cool. I also like this collection. I do think that I kind of wish that they had you could overlay the old graphics onto it, even if it's just some. I don't know exactly how you would even do it, but just taking a graphical look at the original and trying to do that. Maybe they don't have the ability to, maybe it's not available, but if there was ever a thing that could do that, that would be pretty cool. But this game also came out before that became a regular thing in remakes, so I can't really hold it against them that it's not there, you know? VV babies. Oh my god, that many kids got born during the development of this game? My god. Yeah. I can also tell that they were trying to be careful with it, you know? They didn't really want to change what was great about the original, and they didn't want to alienate their fans. And I think they did a good job there. That's really good. I'm looking for. I think at some point we're gonna have to find some time for the other games. So I am actually also a bit surprised we were able to finish this one before the 4-hour mark. I feel like that's actually a bit surprising. Obviously, if I go back to 100% it, it's gonna be a different ballpark, but I guess it's nice that with this game I don't have to worry too much about 100%ing. It's kind of like, oh, if I want to go back and get that, that's nice, but I don't feel too intensely about it. But I think this game, the main thing was the gameplay. Graphically, it was great, but I didn't need to. It wasn't my greatest concern. It was, okay, how does the game feel? And the game is good. The game is good. Platforming's fun. I think these are the kind of games that game designers nowadays should probably be taking closer looks at, because I think there's something to be said about having relatively simple concepts and components. Because I think there's a bit too many games that are trying to get too smart with it. But it's really easy to see that games like Crash Bandicoot, and I like to point at like the simpler platformer games, there's a lot of fun to be had in just having a good system, right? Because the platforming feels great. So if you have great platforming and great movement, and then it's just, okay, from there, just start iterating on your level design, and you can start making some fantastic stuff. Also, holy crap, how many people were on this? How many people were on this game? I didn't want to like say anything, but also extra skip. No, we don't skip. I'm just surprised that the credits are this long. My god. Oh, they must be showing the credits for the entire game in total. I see. I guess that means technically when we get to Crash 2 and 3, I can skip the credits then, but they're seeing the credits for all 3 games, but my god, these credits are huge. I mean, it makes sense for the old devs and the new hands on board. Yes, it does 100%, but it's also really confusing to see the credits of this size. I think it was just the magnitude of how big the games are. It's like, okay, take the original three games and the devs that worked on those 3 games, and then you take all of the devs that worked on this remake, and it's like, oh, okay, you have this is ballooned to a number of people that are like, this is a massive number of people. It's really impressive, but also holy crap. It is absolutely insane how many people it takes now to make games. I actually saw something recently that it was somebody talking about the current development cycle for video games and the massive size and scale of dev teams now for the AAA side of gaming. They said that it was unsustainable, but I think that it is true. It can become unsustainable. Maybe it already has, but I feel like the true form of unsustainable will be when you have games that are being made with such a massive budget that there is no way to recoup the loss, right? Because that's the kind of thing I can think of that would be problematic with these kind of games. Is that the bigger the team, the more, there's more money involved. And of course, the smaller the team, the less money involved, but it is quite a different sort of thing to be in. That was nearly BG3 as like a super game. Yeah, because you have so much money and effort being put into one project. If that project doesn't recoup what you have spent to make it, then it's like no matter how good the thing is, it cracks, it falls apart because you can't, it's unsustainable. And I know Baldur's Gate 3 definitely got close to that. I think it was insanely close to falling like that, but I know that the Final Fantasy VII remakes have actually been having some talks about that, some trouble with it, because the games are being made with such a massive budget, and they're insanely great looking games. They're fantastic games, but it's almost impossible to recoup their losses there. And I kind of wonder if we will reach a point where a game gets, like a big game, it's something really big, comes out, and its budget is so big and ballooned that it falls apart instantly. Like it just collapses in on itself because of how much it cost. Also, these are the developer best times. Oh, Stormy is set in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. What? I saw that. Also, whoa. Getting to see how many levels there are in 2 and 3 is kind of scaring me now. Just a little bit. Look at how many levels are in 3. Ooh. Aegipus Rex? Ew. Bink video. My god. It's an everything game. I gotta look at that. No bandicoots were harmed in the creation of this game. I see. Very good. Nice. Loading the Wumpa Islands. I should make sure I save my game as well. Save my game. Save the game. I have beat 1 and 2 to this day. I've never beaten 3. Maybe I should make a point of that. That'd be really fun. I would like to... I think at this point I would like to, at some point, beat all 3 games. Why did I quit the game when there's 15 minutes of stream? I should go replay a level or 2. I will take a quick gander because I just want to look at stuff really quick. So we have 2 more games to do at some point. So at some point we got to get around to playing all 3 of them. So I'm trying to figure out. We'll just continue. We'll go play some more. But I'm curious though to how much we will be able to get through each game. Go back to Insanity Beach and enjoy some levels that are a lot less difficult. So we got this one. I see. But I like the idea though of playing all 3 games at this point. I think I didn't have anything planned for the next Sunday, so I could definitely start with playing. I feel like I could definitely start by playing Crash 2. I think that would be fun. I could definitely see that being an immediately fun time. I think it would also be a good change of pace because I don't think I haven't really done an outlet. Can't really remember the last time we did a platformer series. In fact, I don't know how many. I say series, but I think it would be interesting to see how I do going through the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Got it. Oh god. I'm getting a little bit reckless, I fear. But I like this game. I think I'm in a good spot. I think it's because I am in a better spot to receive it. So I think when I first got it, I must not have been. I hadn't quite figured myself out in terms of the game designer I am now, which is I think that's kind of a true statement for a lot of games that were coming out while I was still in college. There are a number of games that came out while I was in college. I just wasn't in the mindset to be able to appreciate fully. And I think this series will be one that, now that I'm where I am now as a gamer and just as a dev as well, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think I'll also be able to respect its strengths and weaknesses in equal measure. I do think that where the game is weak is just I think it's mostly just the difficulty is a little bit uneven because it makes jumps. I think that's fair in general though. I think that's how it kind of works with this game in general, is that the difficulty moves at uneven paces, but that's kind of okay. I think that's good because it means that you have walls to clear, it's not just stepping up, right? And I think the game's ability to step up rather than it kind of jumps the difficulty in places, and you're not just kind of walking from point A to point B and being able to realize how far you've come. It's not like you got to the end of the game and it's like, oh, look at how many things I did that were, it's like how much I changed. It's like, no, you can't get all the boxes without green gem. I see. So I need the green gem. Let's see. Go back then. Hmm. Oh, that's right, because I need that green gem to get to a bunch of the secrets. So I need to find a green gem. Where was one find a green gem? Focus time machine. A lot of retroactive collecting. Yeah. I could definitely see this game... I could definitely see myself losing a lot of time just going around hunting for everything. Ah, here's the green gem. Okay. But you have to go and find the different colored gems in order to open certain secrets. Okay. Hmm. I understand. I think we have enough time to do this one, maybe? At least I think so. Whoop. Wheel. We're platforming. But this week is looking like, because we have Tales of the Abyss, we have Persona 3 still. I think we will do Crash 2 next Sunday, barring any redeems. I can see all the boxes, and I can see all the boxes to get the clear gems to complete the Great Hall to get a surprise. Yes. I need a... Oops. That would need to be a bit more careful. But I think it would be nice. I think it would be nice to. Would be nice also to play more of these games because I think it would be a fun time. How do I activate you? I do not remember that one. Whoop. Whip. Whip. Ow. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, God. Oh, but I died at the checkpoint, though. Blech. Okay. I think I've tired myself out. I think I'm realizing now that it's like, oh, man, I am not with it. I'm not with it. I need to... I feel like I might need to do some collecting. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I feel pretty proud of myself for even being able to do all this, so I'm very happy with myself. And hey, 67% of the game complete is pretty good. I think that's pretty solid. So we'll call it there, and I'm gonna get some sleep because I need to sleep in tomorrow. I think I just need a little bit of need a little bit of rest. A little bit of extra rest. I didn't sleep in this weekend, so I kind of told myself that Monday morning I should probably sleep in. Sounds like a plan. Yeah. So, thank you all for coming by. Thank you to everyone who came by and couldn't stay to the end. So, we will probably do this trilogy for the next few weekends, just because, why not? And if I have absolutely nothing... This might be a bit to be determined. If I have nothing going on Saturday, I might try to start something... Because it's not going to be a very consistent series. It's just going to be when Saturdays are available. Which I think the next 2 Saturdays are. I will try to find either a mini series or something I can start that'll be a longer game that I can make on Saturday. Because Saturday streams will be during the day and longer than 4 hours. So we'll figure it out when we get to that. I'm not super sure what it's going to look like anyway. So we'll see. But for now... let's plan for the next Sunday, well, second game. So, thank you. I like this one. Let's see. I'll double check if there's anywhere I can raid to that I know I'm going there. I can. Reezy is streaming. I can go raid over there. I'll go raid to Reezy because Reezy deserves it. Reezy's cool. All right, marvelous. All right, we're gonna go over there. I can't even remember the last time I got to raid Reezy. All right. Now, whenever I see you guys, goodbye for now, and thank you so much. I'll see you soon.